You got Raffle. And I'm back with you now to see the time after my HBI ball. HBI. Welcome back to booze. After killing 5,000 goddamn Vietcong.
It's a Tolkien Tuesday. Get your fill here on Kpop RC. Cause it's a Tolkien Tuesday. Go grab yourself a beer and sing it with me. Cause it's a Tolkien Tuesday. Let's have some fun, get out and bash. It's a Tolkien Tuesday. Oh, just one more thing, shut up.
What?
Nash.
Audio? Oh man, welcome back to another episode of Tolkien Tuesday. That's right. I'm Kpop RC, you're on kpoprc.com. Happy New Year, everybody. Man, it's been already a crazy New Year, you know? We got, I mean, I don't want to glorify him too much, but, you know, he's definitely had his impact on me for pretty much my whole adolescent life, you know what I mean? Like, Ken Block has always been there in some way or another, whether it was like the first, you know, DC shoes I tore a hole in from doing way too many kickflips. You know what I mean? To like, just like cool freaking hoodies and it was just like culturally he became sort of the identity of like a like white, straight up like white, you know, skater culture. Really, I mean, let's be real. That's what it felt like anyway. But yeah, like man, so massive, just like condolences go to the Block family. And to like all the families that were touched by his empire, you know, I mean, I'm sure there are some people that are like, you know, there's a lot of other pretty amazing people who had passed, you know, at around the same time and they didn't get nearly as much play. But I really feel like this guy, man, he really transcended a lot of just things that I really connected with growing up and even in my like young professional life and my like actual professional careers, you know, like Hoonigan redefined motorsport. It really did. They were making these viral videos before YouTube really had its footing in how we digest content. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, oh man, I don't know. What do you mean? Hawkeye is critical in hospital. Oh, Hawkeye, no. Really? Oh no, I didn't know about that. That's not good. Anyway, okay, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later because I don't know anything about that yet, so I don't want to say anything. But Pete, man, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday, regardless of, you know, everything. Let's see here. Troy, what's up, man? Hope you're having a freaking wicked Tuesday. I know, guys, the Legend's going to be missed really badly. We're going to talk about a couple of things. We're not going to do anything stupid where we're, like, going to make it all super sappy or whatever. But we're going to look at some of Ken Block's cars, right? And then we're going to figure out, you know, which one out of the ones that I picked and which ones I'm missing as well, because I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of cars. We can, like, pick the best 5 or the best 3, and maybe we'll do a poll and see which one we think is the best one. That's on the list. Then, of course, you know, we're going to talk Toyan engines. There seems to be a company, there is a company just, I think, out of China that is making some pretty incredibly small but fully featured 4-cylinder, 2-cylinder, whatever type of engine you're looking for, and they added a new one to their list, and they're also started to turbo the other one. So we're going to take a look a little bit at that. We're going to look at domestic bodies, so Lexan cars, Lexan drift bodies, but for the domestic U.S. market. So we're going to look at a couple of those. Maybe you guys have some that that you know that I don't know, because it would be really awesome to freaking figure out exactly what's available in terms of obscure, you know, obscure domestic USA boats, from boats to like just, I don't know. Man, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me in the comments. We got Double Clutch on a little bit later. He's coming up soon. We're going to talk a little bit. Hopefully he's going to help me co-host the show if he's into it. Then we're going to talk about 3D printing RC kits. So like there's guys that are designing fully featured 3D printable platforms, whether that's a jet boat, whether that's snowmobile, whether that's like an awesome fully printed drift chassis with a solid rear wheel axle. All that stuff we're going to talk about today, and of course we're going to end it all off with SAS. So welcome to Tall Can Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a wicked Tuesday. I'm going to go to the comments for a second and see what's up with all these dudes in 2023. Oh my God, what the hell happened with time? Time is just the worst. It's the worst because it's like a freaking slingshot. It goes faster the further away you go from popping out as a baby, man. The further you are from your birth, the shorter time feels. And I swear to God, dudes, it's getting bad because it's like, I just like look at it's 4 o'clock. I'm like, it was 1 o'clock, now it's 4 o'clock. I'm trying to get stuff done, whatever. And then, also, I should probably mention kind of what the thumbnail's all about. I am moving. Yes, I am moving into my own place. So you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. The lady and I are, we're out. We're gone, man. It's amicable. Everything's cool. No one's sad. I mean, we're a little sad, both of us, but like at the age we're at, which is 40, we don't have kids. We don't have a dog. You know, I mean, if things aren't working out, we can just easily kind of like float away from each other, and I can get my own space. So that's what's happening. We got another thing to talk about, and that is shop tours. I got a whole bunch of you guys to kind of show me your tours. So we got 4 shop tours to check out today. We're gonna see what these guys, how their setup looks, exactly kind of like order of retrieval things. Like we're gonna talk about functionality of space and how to sort of get the most out of your tiny RC space. Because let's be real, you're not lucky like me, and you're not gonna be living on your own. You probably got a significant other of some kind, and I'm sure that hobby area keeps getting smaller and smaller as priorities in life shift and change. So wicked, let's see what else is up here in the comments, man. God, I've been talking like a stupid dummy, and like I don't even know very true words. I hope I spoke some true words. The last year just flew by, dudes. It's crazy. Last year I was telling you guys how I crapped my pants on New Year's, and like that feels like it was yesterday, man. When I squirted trow, bros. The older you get, the faster time goes, and the more likely you are to crap your pants. So, don't crap your pants. That's my New Year's. I've already, you know what? If it's my New Year's resolution, I've already done better than last year. How great is that? That's perfectly awesome. Oh, the Discord link. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, let me get that for you guys right this second. I think I can just share the group here. Invite people. Let's see here. We're gonna copy the Discord. All right, so the Discord now is in the comment feed, so you should be able to jump in there. If you're not part of the Discord group, it is specifically for Tall Can Tuesday, so you guys can post pictures, images of your projects and cool stuff, and we'll go through it a little bit later as part of SAS to just kind of see what everybody's kind of talking about and all the cool pictures you guys are posting, because there's a lot of cool stuff happening in the Kpop RC just sphere, that community, man. We're freaking killing it pretty hard, and that's all you guys, really. To be fair, I'm nothing without the group of people that I surround myself with, and I can tell you right now, after doing the like top 10 builds of 2022 a little bit recently, and realizing how many sick people are in our community that I couldn't even add in that list. Man, holy crap! We're gonna try our best to show as many of these wicked projects as we possibly can. I think that should be a very big goal for Kpop RC is to just like at least use some of this platform, because let's be real, it's hard to kind of make YouTube work these days. But let's like, you know, let's not be selfish about it, and let's try to like get some promotion out there for everybody else. Wicked. All right, let's see here. Oh, Troy, happy 60, buddy. Oh, in July. Okay. Yeah, it sucks. I know. You guys know. You guys all know. Let's see here. I was on the... Okay, let's see. You guys are kind of having another conversation in there. Let's see here. So what's the voice channel in Discord? Oh, I have no idea. I don't know Discord very well. So, but yeah, let's get on to some stuff. I'm gonna bring on Double Clutch. If you guys don't know Double Clutch, have you been living under a rock? I didn't have time to add the links in the description, so I do apologize for that. But if you do search for Double Clutch, Productions on YouTube, and if you do search for Double Clutch Productions on Instagram, you'll find him right away, because I'm sure of the RC videos you've been watching on YouTube will just narrow you right into his content. Super, super cool. Let's see here. I sent a shop tour on Facebook, but I might have got it, Robert. Maybe. I don't know. If I didn't, then send it again, and I'll do it next week, all right? Because, like, I think we might do this as until people stop sending me them. You know what I mean? Because I kind of feel like we're only going to have, like, 6 or 7 people that want to show off their shop or do a shop tour. And, yeah, so 57 of you dudes watching. If you guys want to do a shop tour and you guys want to show other people, like, how you organize your space, then do it, and then send it to me on the Facebook group or on a link on Instagram. You can either do G Drive if you want, or you can just post a video on the Facebook group, and I'll try to rip it. Yeah, wicked. Antonio's on the Discord. What's up, buddy? All right, let's grab Double Clutch. He's got some awesome news. Let's see here. Double Clutch. Hold on, I can't hear you just yet. Oh, there you are.
Well, now you can hear me. There we go. Good evening. Happy New Year. Cheers for beers. Cheers for beers, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I even forgot. Holy crap. How many minutes are we in? And I, like, totally forgot to freaking crack a brew.
Good evening, gentlemen. God. Double Clutch Productions here. I'm drinking some Liquid Death, chilling in the Coos Bay. Tell me in the comments what you guys are drinking, where you guys are from. What you drinking on there, Kpop?
This is Stiegel. Schnell. It's pretty good, man. I would say, I think it's German, but I'm assuming it's like Austrian probably. Which, I mean, they speak German in Austria, don't they? So, that's fine.
I believe they do. Close enough.
Wicked.
Good evening, everybody.
So, dude, you got some exciting news? No? A little bit? Maybe? Some updates?
Do we?
Should we talk about it, or we can, like, tease it super hard and just
show the pictures, man? I don't know.
All right. Well, this is what you started with last week, and I thought, hold on a sec. Let me, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna do it like
you
this.
could grab them from Discord, I believe, right? Yeah.
No, I got them already.
All right, cool.
We're just gonna do it like, yeah, there we go. You're all the way over there though, which is weird, but that's fine. So this is where you were last week, right? Like doing all these weird things.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Right, and then I think I saw your sticker freaking collection. That
I got the OG. When I picked up the flux bodies to paint from DDM, they're actually the vintage
old
pops.
No
so they
way.
come with the OG sticker set, and they're like in good condition. So I was pretty stoked on that.
That's why they have more defined edges.
Yep.
On the
I'm going to be able to kit bash a little bit of both and kind of, you know what I'm saying, do my thing. So got 2 sheets of those.
Super cool,
Pretty
man.
stoked on that.
Super cool. No can for me. Sorry, Bog not built, but I'm going to show your video. I've got it here. So maybe just watch it when you're up tomorrow morning or don't, whatever. It's all good. 2:43 in the morning is quite late, so I don't blame you for dipping if you do. That's for sure. Let's see here. James is drinking red wine and assembling rims and tires.
That sounds like a party, dude.
I kind of feel like you should be drinking something if you're assembling rims and tires. Am I right? Especially 5B tires, man. How did that go for you?
Dude, all right. So the rubber cement that I used to try to glue the front foams together, like totally flopped apart when I came in the next morning. So I got to try to figure something out. But to build those, I had to legitimately stand on the tires and foams to get them to actually seat. And then I had to use my mountain bike tire irons to get the back bead to actually like pop over the seam.
All right, you don't need to glue. You don't need to glue the foams. Just push the foams into the wheel and get them to kind of snug in. You don't have to cut them. Just like get them to like really snug in into the tire.
Yeah.
And then push the tire onto the rim. But when you're pushing it onto the rim, just make sure the alignment is perfect, because otherwise you're going to have to push the bead lock to get it to match the holes.
Those little nubs.
Sucks. It sucks either way you look at it.
So you don't need to glue it.
No. But next thing, hair dryer. hair dryer those tires.
It'll make them more supple and a little
Yeah,
larger
softer.
for
Yeah, softer.
thermoforming. All right.
Yeah, man.
Low hanging fruit.
That'll
So I
help
was
you out.
sitting in a cold ass room late at night, like
I
jumping
know.
on
Oh,
these
man.
things to try to get them to see.
How are
Man.
your fingers after, though?
Oh,
That's
dude,
what I want
my
to
hands
know.
were raw. I asked my wife. I was like, dude, can I get a hand massage? She's like, why are your hands all sore? I was like, just the the
You get
amount
the
of screws and
yeah. You get the
yeah,
what do you get?
I got the claw.
You get the
Got the
claw,
claw
man.
going. Yeah, I totally did, dude.
I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna try sharing a different screen so we can kind of do this a little better.
And I got so the last time that we had talked was I had not had the cage yet. So since then I had gotten the
Yes.
Triton blade cage, fully built that up. Pretty stoked on the quality of that, by the way. So I think for $120, you can't go wrong with that cage. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty stoked on that.
Ooh.
So that's the start of doing some custom panels.
Oh,
And
dude.
one of the disadvantages of getting this cage kit was that it didn't come with any body panels. It didn't come with an interior. So
Right.
that
Which
leaves me
used
to try to make some on my own. And I'm going to use that Kydex material,
Yeah.
trace those out, and make some custom panels with some mounts.
Let's
And,
don't talk about the interior at all. I think we should leave that as like a massive surprise with how awesome this is going to be, guys. So like,
okay.
just because like if people are going to watch this, I don't want to give away everything about this build to these people. Like, you know, I feel like they need to go and subscribe to Double Clutch Productions to see the rest of this project. And if they know your projects before this one, they should realize how epic.
Have
this
an
thing's
idea
gonna
of where this thing's gonna go. Yeah, I agree with that.
100p,
It's
man.
it's getting me more and more excited. So just these past couple days, once I started getting these little body panels on, I have
Yeah.
that. Like I've said it in some of my videos where I come in and I just sit in the hobby room and I just like stare, and I just sit down in the
Right?
chair and I just kind of like start absorbing some of the angles and some of the lines.
Yeah,
And
man.
so yeah, that is a Triton blade cage, and that's from I believe King Motors. And that's
right.
a German engineered sandrail cage.
Right.
And the difference between that and the SX5 that you were talking about is that roof line is basically flat. So that was kind of the deciding factor in getting one of those. Pretty stoked on it.
So what we're talking about here is a lot of the sandrail cages, especially the fifth scale ones. If you buy the Kraken cage, they're one that's fairly similar to this. It's definitely not a clone of this. But it has this like roof line that really slants down, and I'm assuming that's just kind of a style for these sandrails.
I think it's to accommodate for the huge tuned pipes of that era.
Tune pipe. Oh,
so with the gas motors and the tuned pipes like this, they say in this kit that you might have to make slight modifications to the back roll bar to customate different cans and silencers.
Right. Yeah, well, everyone's giving you praise, man. 713.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, this one's gonna be pretty dope. So this is gonna be basically a scale fifth scale sandrail, if that makes any sense.
Sounds good. James, just like a fine wine, you're gonna have to wait a little bit because Double Clutch isn't trying to make this his full-time gig. Yeah. So just he's doing
I make stuff when I got the time and the motivation.
Strikes.
I'll make the content. That's what ringing that bell's for. Know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah, man. No, that sounds good. I kind of wish I could be there because man, I pumped out 9 videos in December, and now I'm like, it's like, what is it, December or January 3rd, and I'm thinking, what the hell am I gonna do? So. Hilarious. I gotta
yeah, I don't really, I'm not even thinking about content as much as just trying to document as much as I can while I'm building this thing, and trying to be as thoughtful to try to capture this stuff as I'm doing it, so that I could try to work it into stuff later.
Yeah.
So
and it's also to enjoy the process, right? Like some people.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the processes that I've learned recently is through recording a lot of this stuff without really worrying about having to speak over while you're doing it makes it a little more enjoyable in the moment, and then you can kind of come back through and try to develop your audio. But yeah, dude, so this kit came full front bumper, all the hardware,
Yeah. Oh, right. There's the
side
bumper
post,
here.
all the mounting kits, and then in the back, so it has the opportunity to run like the stock Baja 2 hoops that go down to the metal chassis plate with 2 screws, or as a combination of 4 body pins,
Oh, no way.
so that you
Okay,
can
so
actually
this is the.
pitch it on the front.
I don't think I can. You can't really see the back that well, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you can't
sure
really see the back.
we'll check it out soon. But yeah, man, that looks really, really awesome. Let's see here, Bob's RC. What do you think about having a Sunday fun day next summer and get a bunch of people to meet up at a park? Yeah, so Bob's RC. We've been talking about maybe doing something close to the border between Canada and the United States. There's actually a really amazing place to crawl, right in Niagara Falls, pretty much. So the falls down into the river into Lake Ontario, and along that escarpment there's quite an amazing hiking path that not a lot of people know about. But it's very much like granite, like Canadian Shield, kind of like rock that just kind of split and broke in all these amazing kind of patterns. So that would be actually really cool to do, and maybe we can get people to dip across the border, and maybe even if they can't, maybe we can wave from the other side of the river. I don't know.
Any place that's got camping close, dude, I'd be interested to try to set something up when the weather's good.
Yeah, man. Well, how's the weather in late March, Double Clutch? Ooh,
Pretty
it's still
dang
cold,
good.
eh? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you know. Maybe there's some dates that we can meet up. If I do come over there with Cardinal, though, we'll just get a hotel, so we don't because we won't impose that way.
Cardinal's welcome too. I mean, we'll barbecue and beers at the house, but yeah, if you guys want to.
No, just to make it easier, because I don't want to be like, I don't want to like.
The casino's a pretty pimp spot to stay in. It's got some stuff to do and bars
sick.
and
Okay,
stuff.
cool.
So
all right, that's what we'll do, and then that way we'll just like we can meet places and hang out, and
it's all
and
super
it'll just be
close.
easier.
Like everything's very close here.
Amazing. So. Yeah, so Cardinal was talking because I was like, hey man, like I'm thinking about shipping my Baja down there. I don't know, maybe I'd ask you about it. I was thinking about shipping my Baja to Vancouver and then driving it over, but I am going to this guy's warehouse, and he's gonna have some pretty amazing MCD cars. So maybe we bring a 4-wheel drive paddle monster.
Well, I could tell Cardinal too. Like I'd be interested in just being like of service through cameraman and whatever we can do to try to get footage for him outside of just us, kicking it and stuff. So
sounds cool.
I can run a camera too, brah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, we can do all these videos for him, and then, I post one video of us putting together an RC car, and it gets 500,000 views, so.
I mean, dude, that was a killer video, though.
No, we'll make killer videos, but, like, I kind of feel like the whole story is, like, I'm, like, bouncing around the world.
Yeah, the traveling and telling the story, man. That was part of it.
Yeah.
If that would have been down in the garage, it wouldn't have been as much to,
right?
You know what I mean? Yeah,
so
for sure, dude.
I think we'll see what we can do, but it would be really cool to do that. And I mean, you guys are all kind of getting a little bit of a tease to this because I booked my flight, Double Clutch. I booked my flight, so not
it's
to
going
Portland,
down then, but to Cardinal.
Yeah, so I'm there for 15 days, mid-March, starting like basically into April, like all the way into April-ish, 28th.
Cool.
I'm out.
Cool. Well, I got a spot to shred, and I got a spot that we can hang out and have some barbecue and kick it. So, for sure.
Yeah, Robert knows, man. Yeah, we're. I don't even know if it's probably not going to be gas. I think what we'll do is try to keep everything electric just to make it easy for everybody. Yeah, man. I hope we can get across the border. To be fair, I don't know if
you will.
Yeah. Well, no, it's weird, man. I'm not that. I don't know. Well, there's some politics there that is still kind of an issue, but maybe not in March. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
In terms of crossing the border.
Roger that.
I think I'll be okay, but I don't know. I haven't asked other people. Anyway, whatever. We'll figure it out. Let's see here. Cool. And then left the road saying, "Dude, coming to Oregon." Oregon. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be there. Maybe
good shreds. Good shreds.
I'll come down for like 2 or 3 days to make it worth it, And then
I'm pretty stoked on just the progress of being able to actually, you know, carry this 5th scale RC and manipulate it around. I mean, it's way bigger than you would think, but this is just coming right along in the way that I envision some of the stuff, excuse me, that I try to build, to where, you know, this is going to have all the little treatments. So I look forward to taking that thing for a rip very soon.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to just like to be able to rip on some dunes that are quiet and like there's no other cars there. You know, it's gonna be nice. Man,
Oh, dude, it's so peaceful, man.
but that would be pretty cool. 12S power. Yeah, maybe Devin. Actually, you know what? Probably. Oh, I put it away already. So yeah, I have batteries. We'll probably do something pretty cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, man,
Well,
James,
what's up,
we'll figure
dude?
something out. We'll figure something out. Anyway, let's keep moving. What else are we doing today? Yeah. How was the build though? Did you any curveballs? Any curveballs with the HPI build so far? Other than
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
having
claw?
some the spur cover and spur plate, I guess the plate that the spur
Yeah,
that the
connects
axle
to. Yep.
shaft comes out of, you know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's like it, mine's a little bit like at a true, so it's like it's definitely
Oh,
causing some rubbing on the
some
spur cover.
binding.
And then you know, I have what I call is like post traumatic sand disorder from
Oh,
living
yeah.
by the coast recently. So when I see that spur that's just like held on there with like 2 little body pins, like, and then you see the majority of the Baja guys don't run spur covers. I mean, is that what I'm pretty much?
No, I mean, if you're gonna run in sand, run the cover. But I don't know. You're not gonna get the sand out of there. So, what I just order a couple of hostile spur gears, man, and then just
I
have
mean,
some
yeah,
extras on
basically it's
hand.
like consumables, right? So one of the
Yeah.
things that I'm going to incorporate in this build, you guys will have to wait to see how this works out, but I'm going to basically fabricate a mount so that I can run a outerwears pre-filter that's designed for a different part of the Baja around the spur cover, and then I'm hoping to use another outerwears pre-filter on the back side of that that will hook up onto this same little mount that will actually keep the motor in case as well, because I am a little paranoid about sucking this talc magnetic sand into these motors. Even though they are sealed, I have had some
Oh,
bad
right.
luck getting some magnetic sand in there. So that's just because they're so expensive. It's like, you know, I just don't want to risk. So that's going to be one of my goals, is to try to incorporate a dual outerwears pre-filter setup around the motor and the spur gear that are set up on like kind of like a bungee system, like a pull cord. So
Yeah. So I mean, you might be a little bit overkill on that. I don't know. I think you're gonna spend all this time and you're still gonna get sand in there.
yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe make something sacrificial. Maybe make a magnet that's away
inside the
from the
spur cover that
motor.
can keep everything, you know,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
That's a really good idea. Like a magnet on the outside, so it's just sucking all that out.
Hopefully it gets to that magnet before the one on your poles. You know, I don't
I've
know.
trashed 2 motors that were completely sealed with this stuff up here, so it just makes me mildly
Damn.
paranoid. But also, I mean, this is like straight
Yeah.
bashing multiple
I don't
times on
have
the beach.
any experience with that because I like none of all the electric fifth scales that we have are pretty much on road. You can see
Yep.
that one there.
So that's going to be one of my big plans, is to try to, I'm going to create some deflectors as well too, because if you could just keep it from getting up in there, like the Baja 5B's actually got those cool little plastic deflectors that bolt into the
Yeah.
plastic, you know, bottom plate on the rear, and those are
Right.
actually work pretty well, keeping, you know, some backblast coming out of there. But um,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no experience with electric ones, so I have no idea how like exposed they are or
I'm gonna come
anything.
up with some stuff. I've learned some stuff by living out in the sand and trying some stuff on some of my other rigs that works pretty well. And just even the outer rails like loosely on there is enough to keep the talc from just being magnetically
Right.
sucked in there, like through the magnetic power. These motors under load, you can almost see the sand in slow mo in certain shots where it's like picking up You could see
Yeah.
the black sands
Suction
being
kinda,
lifted as it goes
ugh,
by. It's
ugh.
crazy, dude. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
no.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming maybe because you're kind of right on the ring of fire, right? That's kind of
Yep.
volcanic
Yeah.
sand,
Oh,
isn't it?
it's all. Yeah. Exactly. It's gnarly.
So
It was not
yes,
as
lots
bad
of
back in
ferrous.
Cali. So it was not as bad
Yeah,
back in Cali with the magnetic sands.
right. So it is. It's a fair. Totally. There's lots of black sand. That makes sense. That makes sense. Damn.
What are we looking at here?
Oh, sorry. This is the fifth scale nationals. I just thought because we're talking fifth scale, I was gonna like.
Yeah. No.
just
Absolutely. I was
play
just
some of
trying
it.
to get some context and.
Yeah, I thought we would just, these are all Losi four-wheel drive, the Losi 5s. And for a while there, the Losi actually offered a buggy version of this platform. And
Yeah. The 5B.
yeah, and it was a very popular class until all the racing kind of fell apart, and then nobody bought them. So for a while there, I think Tower Hobbies had a pretty incredible discount.
Dude, Tower
for the
Hobbies had
Bs.
5B scratch and dent ones for like I want to say like under $400 at one time.
Dude, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
dude. Yeah,
It was crazy. I mean,
For sure.
motorless. They were rollers. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
they came with
yeah.
tires.
I
But
don't know
but
either,
man,
but it was a good deal.
God, that was like a mistake not to buy 3 of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's happening in Discord? Some people are talking in Discord.
do we got?
All right. Oh,
So
some
yeah,
people,
I had no issues. No real curveballs.
go.
The only issue I see is like my buddy of mine had the same issue that I'm basically gonna have, whereas like once you get the motor tight, there's definitely some the pinion's very close to touching on that back cover plate, and any kind of like torque on that, I feel like it's definitely kind of causing some.
Oh, weird.
You can just hear some stuff going in there. So I haven't got. I do not have a motor or ESC yet, so it's going to be a
Right.
little bit before I actually get this thing out ripping, but I should have that by the time I finish the build series.
Yeah, I do know the gas Baja when you're installing the engine, you got to loosen every bolt that engine is tightened to. Like everything needs to be loose, and then once you get it situated and all the kind of screws going, just like started a little bit, that's when you start to sort of tighten everything around the power plant, and it all kind of cinches together. Because at least with the gas,
torques in.
yeah, because at least with the gas-powered one, the block, the two-stroke block is quite a large component, structural component to the chassis. And I'm assuming that the electric one needs to kind of replace that with some kind of, I don't know, lattice work or something. I don't know how that looks. I've never seen it. Yeah, even the one that Scale Builders Guild built, it all kind of got covered. So I couldn't really tell what was in there.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the CG difference is, because just looking at where the batteries go and where the motor goes, the CG, well, also not just low, but like forward. I feel like the CG is going to be way forward on the flux versus the gas for some reason.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I'd like to
bit.
pick up a gas and a flux on the bottom and figure out where they, where they're actually teetering at. You know what I mean?
They remind me of like air-cooled Porsches, like racing air-cooled Porsches, because they have so much rear weight bias, and there's no weight on the front wheel. So like when you squat it in power on a turn, that front wheel will just like pick up. Like the front wheels pick up like nothing. There's no weight on the front of that car. Even with Scale Builders Guild, he had what he's running.
So his is still handling similar to the gas one as far as.
Yeah.
No,
I would say better. I would say better because it's lower. It's not as tippy. The gasoline one has a lot of weight, kind of a lot higher, just a lot higher. The whole head, the carb, the filter, the exhaust, it's all above all the weight of the Flux version. So, yeah, it's a massive difference. I would say it's a more competitive, easier to control platform when you go electric.
Yeah, I can't wait to get this thing out and do some ripping. So
it's faster.
Well, I'll be able to get. I'm gonna try to get another guy, Fog City RC, out here during that same time, and we'll hopefully go rip the dunes together.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Man, these are some slick looking rigs out there, dude.
Oh man, yeah, these dudes. Some of these guys,
race cars, bro.
Well, it's not as crazy as Europe, because I feel like Europe, it's like these guys have toter homes for their RC cars. Like this thing is like a massive
real effort.
for on-road racing, fifth scale racing in Europe. But here in Canada and I guess in the States, we'd have a bunch of guys coming up from upstate New York to race with us, and a lot of those guys would buy platforms for the season. So they would buy 3 trucks for that season. You know, and
to
they'd
have
buy,
you
like,
got one
4
as spares
motors,
and then 2
yeah.
to back up.
Totally.
Yeah.
So it's
real
just
race
that's how
season.
competitive it gets. It just gets really, really freaking competitive.
Yeah, these guys are investing huge just for the travel aspect too. So if you show up to an event and then you're out like some dumb part, you know, that's part of the race effort. So I mean, they usually budget that too in the beginning of the season as far as classes and spare parts and motors and
Right.
yeah, man,
Right.
it's real racing.
It really
If
is.
you haven't done it, I mean, it's real racing.
It's also more accessible to people with like disabilities, you know, people who
physical
have
stuff.
injuries. You know, like a lot of these guys that made these tracks up here in Canada, all kind of retired motocross guys. So these are people who just can't just like fall on their knees anymore. Like they can't bend their knees.
Yeah, you know, off-road racing is appealing to people that don't have access to it. And short course off-road, I think a lot of people have just seen it, been around it. Even like the old Ivan Stewart like video games back in like the pizza halls when we were kids and stuff. Like we all know like the jumpy trucks, you know, short course race, and everybody knows it.
Straight
it's
up,
relatable.
Man. It is cool. Anyway, I hope it comes back to this because like I do really miss those like 4 weekends out of the summer where like, you know, you get super
something to look forward to.
Everything's covered in sand and like it's hot, you know, and you smell that 2-stroke. You know what? Maybe I should just mow the lawn. Ooh.
Jeez. When are you moving? I can't believe it, but I'll tell you what.
Dude, it's bad.
K-pop's moving. If y'all haven't known, we're getting a fresh K-pop studio.
I'm moving.
Scary times, but also, man, that's a good time for growth and a good time for getting out of your comfort zone and for setting up new creative spaces to create new creative juices. You got to look at it positively, bro. You know what I mean? Positively.
True. No, I think about it positively, but then I'm like, because it's funny, because like my buddy who has been married for a while now, you know, and he's like, oh, you guys are breaking up, man. He's like, dude, I'm like excited for you, man. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, man, just like a whole slew of new boobies. I was like, what?
Welcome back to like real life, huh?
I'm not gonna get any ladies. Look at this. No one's gonna freaking like this. We'll see what happens. Because right now, I'll show you. Because I got a plan. Man, maybe I shouldn't show you guys this. Because it's kind of like
keep it on the DL.
It teases the whole freaking like the you know all the content that's gonna happen for the next like six months or whatever. Gesundheit.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Let's see here. Boom. Let me here. I'm gonna turn this off for a sec. Let's see here.
Thank you, Kellen. That fifth scale is awesome.
Oh, I'm
think
gonna zoom
all
out.
us RC dudes at some point can relate to wanting to get fifth scale. Oh, he's got the notebook out. Look out, everybody.
Yeah, that's the news. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but so I mean, it's a 1-bedroom apartment, really. So it's not massive, but it's much bigger than what I got.
I thought it was gonna be a bunch of wiener drawings, like super bad, but you know.
Oh, I would have been so freaking awesome. Just like needs more veins.
Exactly.
No. Anyway, whatever. We'll just leave it at that.
Got you.
I'll be like, oh no, it's a track. That's not a penis. But yeah, so I'm talking with RC Supremacy. I don't know if you guys know RC Supremacy, but we were talking about getting I'm gonna get a 124 scale drift car.
Do some indoor drifting.
Yeah, maybe 2 eventually, but it's just too pricey to get 2. They're pretty much the same price as the goddamn 10 scale.
I know they're
what
spendy.
the hell, man? Hold on, I don't see
Spendy.
Here you are.
Spendy.
They're so expensive. They're so expensive. But I'm gonna get one, and then I'm gonna build. I think I'm gonna build like a straight up toge, a toge in the studio space, which should be pretty.
Man,
cool.
I would love to just come over and just chill and get some pizza and some beers and like pretty much veg out and get all.
Yeah.
You know, come outside and the sun hurts like.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
That'd be awesome. Awesome
gonna be
times. Well, I wish
We'll
you the best of luck. I know it's a lot
Thank
of
you.
work to get there, but it gives you a lot of opportunities to make a lot of changes that you've probably been avoiding. And now you're going to be forced to. So good for you. Uncomfort
Yeah, I
will
know.
create, a little
We'll
bit of
see what happens.
juices.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm really investing a lot in this YouTube channel, a lot of my time, more and money, to be fair. So let's hope it kind of starts to grow a bit more, and then I can kind of make more things possible. On this kind of journey, this kind of media journey that I'm doing, I would love to own my own content and push and be able to make a living doing this kind of thing. That would be a lot of fun. But right now, I would say I'm about 5% there. So that goes to show how far I have to go. It's not enough. I'm not making enough cash. So we'll see, because it's impossible. So what do you do? There's other streams of revenue that you got to figure out, and I got to start. Am I going to be a salesman now? Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. These are all conversations to have inside my brain. This should all be inner dialogue, and maybe I shouldn't be mentioning my insecurities.
This is called sharing, everybody.
Oh!
And that's what.
Triangle of trust? Circle of trust?
It's a circle of trust, bro. Yeah, we're inside the circle of trust.
We're
so
in
let's.
All right.
Inside.
Strictly Sideways, guys. No input. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. I mean, I've seen some photos from the
What's
track.
it been the last time you went out?
Dude,
when you slid was the last time
year.
you were there, right?
It's like a year, man.
At least a year, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks because I really like it, but my Subaru did some funny stuff, and then I kind of parked it for a while. It's fixed now. But yeah, I just didn't have any easy way of getting there, and it was Wednesdays, so it would be Tall Can Tuesday. Then I would leave on Wednesday for drifting, right? And then I would have to get an episode out on Saturday. Dudes, it's crazy. It's crazy. My goal is to do Tall Can Tuesday, Thursday short, Saturday video, 3 videos. That's hard.
Yeah, man.
It's really hard to do, especially when you have a full-time job. But yeah, I'm trying. We'll see what happens. So if you guys don't see 3 videos a week, it's because I'm freaking clawing my eyes out or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that there's too much emphasis on you gotta pump stuff out, and it's for me, I'm trying to pump stuff out that I'll look back on as I don't want to spend more time trying to think of the stuff to make versus spending the time thinking about stuff I want to make. So I would rather, just try to keep my audience with the stuff that I started out that I'm trying to do. And as soon as I get outside of that, then, I have to take a little step back. So this fifth scale sand rail is going to be one of the more motivating things in a while. So you go through ups and downs in the hobby, you know what I mean? And
for sure.
New kits will always bring a little bit of excitement, new electronics, new controllers, stuff like that. And this sand rail has brought a huge amount of interest back into my creativity side.
Exploration.
And if I would be sitting here trying to rush content on trying to get this thing built, I wouldn't have the time to sit back and go, what are the little things that this thing should have that can sell the scale? That can give you that sense of realism, or how can I make this my own, or how can I make this, custom in a way different from everyone else. And the quicker that I'm trying to make content, then the less time that I do to have and try to just absorb it and let my creativity flow. Because this is, art in a way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
So
I think it's really difficult in this media climate of social exposure and algorithms that kind of show people your creations and not other people's. It makes it really difficult because the strategy now to play that algorithm, to play the keys of that algorithm, it goes against what you're saying, in the sense that now what people are doing to be successful on YouTube they are thinking of their thumbnail and they're thinking of their title before they're making their videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is a strategy that works really, really well on YouTube if you're looking for a mass amount of people to look at your content, especially ones that are outside of your niche. We're in a niche. I
Small
wish,
niche.
dude, I wish I was a mountain bike YouTuber because it would be 10 times easier to
100%.
get, especially 10 years of doing this. Like,
100%.
God, anyway.
We're in the smallest of niches, and then because we're not doing like basically like retail style product reviews, we've limited ourselves, and in order to stay on top of it with these kind of projects requires huge financial investment in a niche
Yeah.
project, and that's where I'm trying to do uh, minimal effort, maximum outcome, minimal, you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
maximum amount of effort through maximum amount of creativity, and not through just like I've heard someone describe it as like you can have like little tidal waves on the beach, or you can come in like a big ass wave and smash everything out of the way every once in a while. And that's pretty much where I'm just going to try to like build up my resources and my creativity to do something that's actually something I could look back on, that won't just be like a trend or something that'll blow
Yeah,
away
man.
in the wind, something that'll stand
Well,
the test of time. You know what I mean? So
well, I'm hoping that a bunch of us creators can help each other out to keep each other relevant during those kind of like lulls, because the problem with YouTube, and I know because I've done this, because that's how I lived my YouTube channel for the first 10
yeah,
years,
for sure.
was like just to do things that I like, and then I would put them up, and people would get so mad. It's like, oh, well, when are
Yeah,
you gonna post the next
very
video?
angry.
And you're like, I don't care, man. This doesn't even pay my rent. Like, this doesn't even pay my laundry for the month. I'm not gonna like waste so much of my time trying to appease like the media side of the creativity. Like,
Yeah,
that's just not.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's.
I mean, if that's what you're in, if your whole point is to try to just create content for the sake of creating content, then I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying, it's like there's so many content creators out there. Hey, let's just put it like this: if you guys are creating content once a week, I don't think it's going to hurt your YouTube channel to create better content once every other week. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm just going to throw it
Yeah,
out
but
there
also, I mean, yeah. See, it sucks because like unless you
because we're not
have
vlogging.
unless you have an audience that's like there waiting for your updates,
Yeah.
then that kind of YouTube channel won't work for you. So
No,
like
it's not.
people,
That's what I mean, though. It's not going to work.
you
But I
know,
mean, I
no,
think
no,
you start to lose like your audience if you keep producing stuff that doesn't at least have some kind of a maybe a progression.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I know, and yeah, I don't know. It's hard, man. It's hard, and I wonder. I really want to talk to some of the YouTubers that are in the like 250,000 subscriber range, where I want to know exactly like if their content that they're creating consistently is not their major players. Like, it's not the videos that are making them all the cash. They're just creating videos to feed the machine so the machine doesn't forget about them.
That's
And
what it is. There's
and
two
and
ways of doing about it. You can put in that like 75% effort all the time, or you can try to save up that effort and hit it with a big shebang and try to,
yeah, well, you
and
can
then
see
you
that
have
with
to be
like
timed so that you can continue the
yeah,
flow
you
of
can see that with
water
like
through there.
Mark Roper, and you can see that with
Exactly.
Mr. Beast, right?
Exactly.
So we've got the
Even like
problem
Logan
is
Paul and some of those old like vlog channels that were just killing it back, 3-4 years ago. Like even Vine, now that it's gone, like back then
right.
was, prove through all of that there's different ways of, approaching that. So
Hendrix, man, good luck, buddy. Consistency is king, unfortunately, and it sucks because it's hard. And just do it and don't give up. I don't know. It's like I'm right now. I want to just like not do any videos for a month, and because I got to move. But I know that's a mistake, so I've got to be pumping out content.
we should talk
Um,
more. I disagree.
no, I have to because it doesn't. I can show you in the numbers. Like I can show you in my analytics.
No, absolutely. But I think if
Yeah.
if you had a little
Also,
bit to follow through with that, I don't know. I'd be curious
oh,
to see, because when's the last time you took a break? So you don't even have the analytics to prove that with modern trends.
I guess it would. No, I do. I do have. I can prove it, and in October, because
Of
for
this last year.
monthly mayhem, I didn't produce any content because I was working really hard on this monthly mayhem.
On the monthly
which
mayhem, took
I want to
all your
say
time.
was a massive mistake. I could have just put a freaking electric motor in there with some batteries, and it would have gone really fast, and or not. Who cares? But it wouldn't have taken a month of my life. If I,
You remember
know what I
early
mean?
on when I was like, dude, we could all sit here and over-engineer stuff and be down to the
man.
wire, or we could do it hillbilly deluxe and get it out there. You know,
I was like, dude, man, I'm already
Mr.
like,
K-pop's
you're like,
I'm telling a story, man. Shut up. I'm like, all right.
Oh,
It was a hell of a story, but like you said, though, you know, it's like different ways of doing stuff. I don't know. If that would have worked, would have been glorious.
I mean, it worked in a sense that it got a lot of other people, like at least, I feel like the collaboration of that project, where like I was with other YouTubers that were doing the same challenge, was
100%.
extremely beneficial.
Successful.
That was like a really great thing. Like we got, 2,500 subscribers that month. It's not a lot, but it was more than usual, so that's pretty great. And I just think I would change my strategy, and it would go away from the creative side of taking your time and like, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be that. It would be like, what's the fastest, shiniest, brightest thing that I can catch on fire as soon as possible?
Well, because you've seen the success through other YouTubers that didn't put in half of the fabrication
I can talk about this.
side.
Oh my god!
And,
no, I can.
Yeah. Tell me. What do you tell me how you really feel?
No, I don't. No, nothing against. No, nothing against that.
Names.
It's just that when I was listening to Mr. Beast, and he was talking about how, like, you know, there's some guys that will spend months doing one video, and it won't do as well as somebody who spends 15 minutes and throws something together. And what it all comes down to is the quality of the idea, right? But the quality of idea comes down to storytelling. Like, how are you going to convey that story to your audience, and what makes it entertaining? So, like, I kind of feel like the concept is king. You don't need a freaking FX3 Sony $5,000 camera body to tell a good story.
You can have the best editing, you can have the best audio, the best cameras, the best everything, the highest dollar RCs, but if you don't have the idea first, you know, there's got to be a transfer of knowledge. So like storytelling, you know, I have to start and leave. I have to start with a feeling and leave with a feeling. And as YouTubers, you know, YouTubers come to the platform, we are actively seeking the first reason to switch the channel. You know what I mean? Like you're just waiting for the first reason to change it. You're not sitting there waiting to watch it. And that's the difference between a YouTube viewer and someone who sits down and pays for like cinema. You know what I mean?
That's why I say, if anybody watching 65 is watching, anybody who has a bunch of subscribers and is making 10-minute long content with mid-roll ads, remove the mid-roll ads for the first 8 minutes, 6 minutes of the video, man. Just do it, because you're going to lose them right when that first commercial comes in.
Do it. Yeah, like, you know what, dude? That's a good point, because I was watching some stuff that I actually wanted to watch, and it hit at such a point that I was not ready for the ad, that I was like,
right.
And I just like, went on to the next thing, so.
Yeah, Gummy, man, nobody makes the legacy body, at least that year legacy, the second generation legacy.
Damn,
nobody does, which is too bad, because
do they make a game model?
No.
Do you know of a game model in like any modern PC games?
One generation before, the one that was like the twin turbo boxer that came from Japan, that everybody whatever. It's weird.
Yeah. So Ryan Day's like, that's why I pay $10 a month for no ads.
That's great. But you know, that $10 you pay still goes to the creator. So that's kind of pretty awesome, because like, if you are a member of YouTube and you don't pay ads, you're still contributing, maybe even more money.
A little bit more through the RPM
that you're watching.
Yeah, I believe that's a higher click-through rate.
Dude,
thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you.
Ryan, man, that's awesome. I feel like they should offer that for Facebook. They should offer that for Facebook.
They should.
And but they won't, because they would lose millions of dollars of ad revenue, because everyone is drop shipping these days. Have you been reading about any of this stuff? Yeah, I'm
What do
sure
you
you
mean?
know, actually.
What?
Anyway, drop shipping. You know, there's like guys that will. They won't even, like, from the comfort of their computer, they're gonna go to AliExpress. They're gonna create some kind of portal, and then they're gonna create their own Wix website, and then they're gonna create a website for the product, and then they're gonna buy a whole bunch of Facebook ads, and then they'll, oh, Robert, man, holy crap, buddy, that's too much money, man. What are you doing? Oh, thank you so much, Robert.
Robert in the house, dude.
What do you want? What do you want me to do?
Good luck for the new shop.
Dance, monkey. Oh, you love you, man. Thank you so much, guys. This is why we have the coolest freaking supporting group of people. Thanks so much, because it's awesome. I'm gonna move on, but Robert, I'm gonna come back to you because that's crazy. Antonio
with the ads getting super weird.
You know why? No, I can tell you why. Because they're all written with AI now, man.
Yeah.
They're written not by humans. Some of the articles that you read on Facebook that you're like, oh, this makes me angry, I'm going to click on it. I know, because I do it all the time. If it's got like a paragraph, 3 ads, and then a paragraph, 3 ads, and then a paragraph and 3 ads, then I'm telling you right now, $100 says that was written by a robot. And it's all monetized. It is. It's all monetized. And there's one dude sitting there, and he's collecting all the monetized, you know, all the like 30 cents here, 30 cents there, 1 million times. You know, he's making quite a bit of money, and it's a real thing. And it just also kind of makes me think, like, why the hell am I not drop shipping? I could be drop shipping RC stuff.
You ever heard of the editing podcast?
No. Should I check it out?
Editing podcast, Nellier.
Editing podcast.
I'd be down to watch that with you sometime. Get a couple of
I'll
beers
watch it,
on like
man.
a Friday night, like kick back. Do like one of those
man.
group watches. You ever done that on Netflix with the homies?
No. That's a thing?
Yeah,
Dude,
you
I'm
can,
old.
you click it. We can all log in and click group watch. It all starts at the same time.
No way. Okay, so what is it called? Editing podcast?
Yeah, editing podcast. Nellier is the guy.
Nellier. All right.
Sound it out.
I wrote it down. I might forget about it. Please remind me again about it, because
I will.
Yeah, I appreciate that for sure.
Robert with the 99.
Yeah, Robert, bro, that's crazy, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I feel like that's a big win. I started calculating how many hours I've been working on this RS200 build.
I hear a 3D printer in the background. Do we have a camera that we can roll to?
You mean the
So
spaghetti
if you guys can't hear
cam?
that in the background, but I can definitely hear some wah 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 wah.
Oh,
Wah,
what am I doing?
wah.
That's not
Fifth
that's not what I
scale.
want.
What do
There
we got
it
on the
is.
What do we got on the hot plate tonight, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, actually, I already printed one, so I'm going to show you dudes, and we're going to show you guys on the above cam, because it's better. Let me get my sketchbook out of the way, because I should open another beer, too. If my headphones die, bro, I'm going to have to do some funkiness and get the other headphones going. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. What are we up? Camera 3. Boom. All right, let's see. We'll zoom in. So this is what it came out. This is how it printed, all right? So you can see this is like kind of flat, and you can see there's, what's it called? That support material there. Hold on, I'm gonna move this. How can I do this? Yeah, so
There we go.
here you can see, is this too dark? I kind of feel like this
No,
is too dark.
I got a little bit. We got her.
Yeah, it's black, so it doesn't help. So that's how it came out of the printer. Let me get back to double clutch for a second. I'll show you what it ends up. So this is the top part of the cage of the RS200. I've changed this angle a few times to try to get it to sit in the right spot, because
Sit perfect in that nook, right?
dude, I don't know. Okay, so I'm using this M chassis for the RS200 build, but I just want you to, I want your opinion. Does it look like the windshield is proportionally too small? Yeah?
Yeah.
Way too small. Way too small. What the hell? Anyway, I know what the hell.
the window line on the side comes down too far. So check this out. Here's a few things my eye picked up. The distance from the bottom of the body to the bottom of the window, I think, is too tall. So
like
that
here?
Like, yeah. So from the window to the bottom of the body. Yeah. Well, no, the bottom of the
there?
window.
Oh,
Bottom
the
of the
bottom of the
window.
window.
So from
To
the bottom
here.
of the window, just in the middle of the door.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it needs to go
That
further forward a
the
little
whole
bit.
body could, like, you chop the bottom off, and that would create.
I
But
see.
see how
I see what
the
you're
window
saying.
line
The
goes
line there.
below the hood line,
Yep,
deeper
that's right.
than the windshield line.
And you know
And
what?
if you look where the window line lines up with the wheel wells, that's where your eye is picking up.
The weirdness, this like weird,
Yeah.
weirdness, like right here on this corner right here.
You
It
could
needs to
probably
be
manipulate that with graphics.
Yeah,
With a
maybe.
library to change your eye a little.
So the reason this happened is because they wanted to have a slug. So this was vacuum formed on probably like an aluminum slug. Excuse me. And
Maybe
in
even
order for
wood.
them to pop this mold consistently off of that aluminum slug, they probably made all of these lines as just not as aggressive as they are on the actual design,
sure.
so this just pops off the mold a lot easier. This is very much a HPI does this with their Bug Eye freaking WRX. Who else does it? A lot of companies that by licensing to bodies, they end up
the
pushing
back
and
end on
pulling.
that's extreme. The back end on
Right?
that is extreme. Yeah. So I bet
Oh,
it's
yeah, right?
compensate.
Yeah, for the front, so that they could peel it that way and then
Exactly.
push it off the mold, right? Smart. Nobody
Easier
thinks
to
about
demold.
this stuff,
Griptopia
right?
knows what's up.
But
Yeah,
but so
Robert's like, you shouldn't have pointed it out.
now I can't unsee it.
See what I mean?
Rob, man. Yeah, so that's kind
The
of
wheel
blows a
well
little
looks
bit,
too
man.
deep, too, comparatively to like where the window line is, too.
Yeah,
This is going to be a sick ass project. You got some B-roll of this, like a quick, dirty. Man, that would be good to.
I
Just
mean, I do a little bit, but it's like
hard to get to.
It's like no, it's not even that. It's that it's seen so many iterative designs that it's kind of hard to like keep track of it. So what I'll end up doing is I'm going to write a voiceover and then I'm going to pull all the media. But yeah, what was I going to say?
What's the ETA on this thing? If you guys haven't checked this out, this is a full custom, basically 3D printed, 3D designed by Kpop himself. He sent that out to Send Cut Send. That started life as a 3D model, that bottom chassis plate, if I'm mistaken. Am I mistaken?
Yeah, you guys want to see the model, I can whip it out, because I feel
it was pretty stunning watching him build this thing. I mean, it was started out on just like straight 2D sketch and just kind of like evolved and built up from there.
Yeah, it's got to be like one of my favorite just rally cars. Actually, probably one of my top 5 favorite cars ever is the RS200.
You built, right?
Not that I built, just like as a kid.
As a personal vehicle. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is my Eleanor, really.
If this thing works, where does this rate on your personal like build, like, you know, like where you're proud
this is the best
like
build. Yeah,
best build so far, right? Yeah.
Ever done, yeah. But
I agree.
The problem though is that I've already given it away. But the cool thing about it is it's all digital.
No, hey, dude, but that's
digital.
that's what makes being part of the K-pop community so cool, is being able to have opportunities to you know, these kind of builds have like legitimate soul, and I think it would be awesome to. Man, that thing's gonna be dope.
Yeah, like hold on, it goes a little forward like that. I think that's basically where the wheelbase looks the best, right there.
I remember when you did the iteration to have that rear firewall so that it was perfectly lined up with the pillar. Yeah, I remember when you made that.
Dude, I had the pillar like way back here like a dummy, and then I had to like redesign how the battery goes in or whatever. Anyway, this
that's
is all still
part of the main chassis support too, right?
Anyway, I'm going to show you guys on SketchUp so you can kind of see a little bit better, because
Ken Block loved his RS200, dude. That was probably one of his favorite. He said that was one of his favorite cars. And I think all of us that grew up with Group B Rally and are fans of Ford, which I am, you know, that is one of the cars that was like, you wanted that one to own.
And it's impossible to. It's like, rest in peace, man. It's impossible, unfortunately, to own one. Even before Ken Block bought one, you know what I mean?
They're way hard. What up, Fog City?
let's see here. Stop screen sharing. Present.
I believe Fog City's also working on his Baja 5B right now, so I'm curious to see.
Oh,
I got to get a
let's
break in the
see.
weather so I can paint his body. I have his body
I
here.
need warmth. You need a little bit of
Yeah.
warmth, eh? Anyway, so this is kind of
Gnarly. Look at this
oh,
thing.
Wow. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm using Paula's mouse because my mouse died, and she spilt a whole bunch of. Oh no, is it stuck now? Oh no, it's stuck. Oh no, the little wheelie scrolling wheel. You know, the little scrolling wheel when it has a button.
Got some Chardonnay stuck in there or what?
She did, and now that scrolling button no longer. It's stuck on, man. It's stuck on. Oh no, I'm gonna have to get some rubbing alcohol up in here. If you see magic smoke and like me panic, I'm so sorry.
Sir Jackie Stewart developed a masterpiece in the RS200. Yeah, the RS200
did.
was like, you know, I think it didn't have a chance to really stretch its
No.
legs because Group B like evolved, you know, it just completely disbanded very, very soon after. It would have
Yeah.
shredded though.
It would have. I mean,
It had all
was
the right
projected.
seasoning and spices, you know what I mean?
It was projected here. Let me get my other mouse going. I'm gonna use.
It was projected to decimate all.
It was. No, it totally was.
It was
'cause,
designed
just,
to decimate all.
in just in terms of weight displacement and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Its
It apparently
engineering
was
really, really well.
incredibly
level.
loud though, and it was designed by Italians. Really, I mean, wasn't it? The body was designed
Yep.
by an Italian engineer. Anyway, here
Man,
you can
dude,
kind of
this
see.
thing, this is some far out. I mean, when you can get your mind back to
Ah.
where he started in a 2D sketch, and then to get, to
Yeah.
start building up all this like seasoning, you're like, man,
I mean, I
amazing.
stole a bunch of stuff. This is very much, just a hodgepodge of
Hey,
other
bro.
people's models. That dashboard is totally not mine, but if you look really close at it, it's very detailed. And like the switches and like the key, the ignition key there. So we're gonna resin print that. That's gonna get resin printed. I haven't decided whether or not the cage will be fully resin printed because I feel like PETG is gonna be stronger, and I don't know if it's gonna give it that much more of a like
Scale
look.
realism thing.
Like, yeah, like I don't know.
You
if
always
it's
give it a
worth it.
super light shot of paint too, if you're really worried about.
Yeah, totally. Or like do like a silver, silver filament. or
Dude, that
something
thing
for
is
that
so
kind of
dope, dude.
stuff. Yeah, look at the. Oh, I gotta show the front. The front's sick too.
Including Group B fans. It's a
Oh,
very
man.
clever comment. That's a good one, Steven. Decimate all,
Yeah, I
including
mean, let's hope.
the fans.
Let's hope we don't hit. Yeah, let's hope we don't take any of them out, man.
I wonder if they designed that into the front splitter to be able to more efficiently cut fans at the legs. So
in half. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Why not? But yeah. So it's
how
coming
much
together.
of a pig was it to learn SketchUp, K-pop? Robert
I hate
Leon's
it.
asking.
Oh,
Says you need to
God,
learn it for
don't.
work, but I'm dragging my feet.
Oh, Robert, man, I feel.
Without knowing SketchUp, I'm going to say, depending on the type of modeling, you might be better suited looking at other programs.
I think he might have to learn it because he might have to open old projects
Specifically,
from
yeah,
other,
Other
like,
group-
you know what I mean? He
group
might have to
projects,
modify things.
existing models. Yeah.
You know what? The one thing I'm going to say about SketchUp is that I've been using the free version of SketchUp, which is, I believe, 2019 SketchUp version. So this program is no longer evolving, and it's free. So no one gives a crap about it, and they're not going to fix any of the weird glitches that it has, of which it has many. I would avoid SketchUp at all costs. There are a lot of other options, especially if you're starting new. If you're starting new, don't use SketchUp. I would even go Blender before I'd go SketchUp. And Blender is a video rendering program, really. It's like Cinema 4D. I would go Cinema 4D before I went SketchUp. And these are all designed to do 3D effects more than design stuff for modeling. And then I would go, I believe Gear Guy has a really cool open source program that's kind of web-based that's pretty cool. I can't remember what it's called.
SolidWorks?
Something form. I don't know. Apparently, he was saying that that some of the engineers he's working with GM, I believe it's GM, are starting to switch from SolidWorks onto this particular software. So it's something to look into. And then you could do Fusion 360 if you wanted to. I think Fusion 360 seems to probably have the most support when it comes to like third-party support. So like if you're gonna search something on YouTube, like how to make a square with holes in it on Fusion 360, you're probably gonna find way more ways or more people, more voices telling you how to do that than for a lot of the other more professional programs. I feel like when you go like really far into like Rhino and SolidWorks, you're gonna have a horrible time figuring out as just like a hobbyist how to use that program to its fullest. Unless you take a full out college course that's like a 4-year course, then yeah, you're gonna know it well. But you're gonna need somebody that knows how to workflow.
What up, dude?
You know what I mean? But anyway, license what? Haha. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. Griptopia though, like as an editor who grew up with pirated software, and I've learned the software that I was pirating really well, and now as a professional, I'm like buying that software. I feel like it was Adobe's ploy. Like I don't think they really went after people for pirating their software. No, because they're like, you're learning the tools, you're going to create sort of like a whole community of people, and then they're going to get hired. You know what I mean? And then they're going to be proficient about it.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like I think it was a smart thing. And then obviously Black Magic, which is just crazy because Black Magic made everything free, right, with the software for editing, and that was exactly that. It was just to like make them the top of their game because they're giving it away for free. Everyone's going to use it. You know. Anyway, I'm rambling now, not about RC. But yeah,
give
it's
it
coming
to you.
together,
They give you
man.
a little taste, and then you gotta come back for more.
Yeah, I wish you could see it a little better. Maybe you can. I don't know if you need to see this spaghetti cam anymore. Let's see here.
No, dude, the modeling on that is rad, dude.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know. I feel like it's clunky because.
But that's kind of like what else?
I'm learning.
I wouldn't say it's clunking because version 1s are always going to have adaptations and change and.
Yeah, but I am learning because when we were building the Zero Flux Hilux, well, I'm gonna get that because I haven't packed that in a box yet. But when we did that one, I was talking to Ali from Scale Addiction, and he helped me a lot with building this particular model, and he helped me build the cage, and we built this cage as one part, and then we had to figure out how we were going to break this cage apart to print it.
Yeah.
And
it wouldn't fit on the bed.
Yeah, it won't fit on the bed, and then plus if it did fit on the bed, it would be 98% infill. You know what I mean? So like, Griptopia, I want to say clunky because like it's like self reflection and self criticism, right? Because like I'm not going to get better. With the ego, I spent my 20s with a massive ego, and I realized that man, ego makes you blind to a lot of things. So I just want to say clunky because like I know what these tools can do. I know how I can make them work for me better. Like I already kind of know how Fusion 360. On Fusion 360, I can make every single hole on my chassis grouped. And if I need to change the size of every hole, I can do it with one click. On SketchUp, I gotta go through and I gotta highlight every hole and resize. You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that I know in terms of clunkiness, in terms of workflow, and just like how to solve problems in the 3D world, and the tools and how to make those work really well. I'm not there yet. I needed a lot of people to do this. Like Ali made this front bumper. Like I didn't do that. I don't know how to manipulate meshes this well at all. But I can do square objects with holes in them, and I can measure things, and I can make, I can modify things. And I feel like that's where my expertise ends, and I'm working on getting better from there.
Yeah, but your creativity drives to make the other one work. You know what I mean? Like if you knew more, it might be limiting your design, and that's partly where I'm looking at this stuff in a different lens. So it allows me to make stuff differently than someone who actually knows what they're doing.
Right?
Would probably do it.
Like if you watch like Harley designs,
Oh yeah, I mean there's a real deal dude knows workflow, and
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I would just love to be there. Like that's where I.
But
would love to.
he also doesn't know how to work a paint can. So let's just.
Ah! Ooh, shots fired! Shots fired, man! Shots fired.
Just
That's
saying,
awesome.
you know, different strokes for different folks. That's all.
100%, man.
Dude's a legend. No disrespect.
Oh, dude is none at all. And I think he would laugh anyway.
I mean, if he didn't laugh, then whatever.
So whatever. That's awesome. Griptopia is saying he sees a progression in step. Yeah, man. So you know.
Yeah.
This is why I want to quit my job so bad.
If you built 3 of those RS200s, you know, like the 4th one would definitely not be as clunky as the first one. It's just a progression of everything.
Yeah.
So
100%,
I think you're doing a
man.
terrific job with the tools and the stuff you have available. And it's just
Thanks, man.
to be able to make stuff out of nothing and to be proud of it. Don't put yourself up towards anyone else.
No.
Put yourself like you say with the Flux Hilux. It's like comparatively to that, that's a marvel in K-pop engineering and wizardry. Don't put yourself down.
I mean, like, I'm so depressed at work right now because I can't get better at what I do at my job. I've reached
Max,
a plateau.
Right? Yeah.
And in a creative field, when that happens, the alarm bells ring at that point where you're just like, I need to get out of here because I'm not getting better at what I do, so I can't sell myself with better skills in the future. Massive problem. That's a huge problem. Like, you can't do that. And then another thing is that you don't have the sense of like accomplishment. So why am I finding accomplishment in my hobby stuff versus my real, like, so there's a big kind of, there's a lot of life changes for me happening in the next couple of months, and we're gonna see how that kind of affects the YouTube channel. I might disappear for 2 months. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope that doesn't.
All I'm gonna say is don't think that you can't Okay, so I know that you looked at the algorithm in October and seen that it negatively impacted because you weren't uploading.
Yeah.
But I think that it is possible to get the fire back to exactly that with not as much effort as you would think. It's not like you're starting, you know, it's not like it's wiping the slate clean. So
yeah, no, but it kind of is, only because what it's doing is it's putting a lot of videos in for a lot of people to see, and if they do click those videos, even if that video doesn't do well for that particular viewer, the fact that they clicked on it will probably give them a suggested video, another one of my suggested videos. So that's like a big driving, contributing factor for new videos, is just like bringing back another viewer of your content and seeing how long they stay for.
Session time.
So there's like, it's very specific, and and there's ways to make it work for you. And I want to tell you, Double Clutch, man, I'm not going to worry about this when I want to say when, because I want to be positive about it, but like when this channel gets to a point where it can sustain, where I've got a group of people that want to watch whatever I post, then I feel like that's the opportunity to do what you're saying. But right now, it's like you need to.
See, I would think the opposite.
I mean, but you know what? To be fair,
bro.
I tried the opposite.
Algorithm
It doesn't work.
changed.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I would
It's like
love to grab some beers and chat with this about you, like off stream sometime. So let's
I've been reading a lot. I've been reading a lot about it. Nash is telling me to drink beer. I will.
Dude, Nash, what up, Nash? Happy New Year.
Yo, Nash, you want to pop in or no? You can just nod your head no if you don't want to. No, he's done. He's done. All right. I'm gonna lose these headphones, and when I do, I'm not gonna hear you, Double Clutch. So it might take me a bit of time to figure out how to change the audio. I'll get it.
Well, what else we got going on the menu for tonight?
Oh yeah, there's tons of shit, and I'm like being a dummy. Okay, Ken Block. Oh yeah, let's look at Ken Block cars, shall we? Oh, maybe just quickly we'll do it, because like I feel bad.
Yeah, I was trying to tell my wife earlier about like all the channels that just immediately start posting Ken Block content that has no.
We can talk about that too if you want, about the algorithm.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, that everyone knows that even if you're not a Ken Block fan, that they log into their normal what's trending today, trendy trends. And want to jump on the algorithm bandwagon, and the algorithm train has come to town. Everybody's jumping aboard.
100%, man. But I was watching just like thumbnail strategies on YouTube because I'm like just trying to figure out, you know, what works and what doesn't. I'm trying to figure out that on my own, but it's great to just kind of hear what other people are saying. And for a while there, orange jumpsuits, so the prison jumpsuits was like a massive trend in thumbnails.
Massive trending, dude.
And then all of a sudden it was just like 15 other people, and it was working. It was driving a lot of views.
Well, like Mr. Beast talking about, he posted 1,000 thumbnails with varying brightness levels to try to see how that correlated to click through.
Yeah, and it's massive. Make colorful thumbnails, man. Tom Lee RC, man. Tom Lee RC's thumbnails are pretty much the same thumbnail every time. It's him doing a stupid face with his glasses on, holding the thing, and he's got this like freaking glow. He cut himself out, and then he added like stroke glow or whatever the hell it was.
Glow in the background, son.
That's just, I don't know. I'm not like, I wouldn't go that far. Let's be real. I'm not gonna become a YouTube whore where like it doesn't. You know what I mean? Where I'm like trying to aggregate the most views. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to make sure that the people who are interested in the content that I'm making can actually see the content I'm making. Which is, that's so sad that I have to worry about that kind of stuff.
That's the thing.
Anyway, let's look at this freaking awesome Escort, right? It's an Escort, right?
Yeah, man, dude. Fucking MK.
Oh, no. I lost my audio. Dude, you can't hear me. But you keep talking. I can't hear what you're saying, though.
Copy that.
Give me a sec.
We got feedback. So with me, feedback. I don't want to irritate everybody. K2. Thank you, man. TH, man. Combo check. You got my input, voxing back through. So one of my favorite rally cars of all time. Got it. Well, he knew that the batteries were going to be running out. We kind of figured that was going to happen. Technical difficulties. There we go. You got me? You got me?
You! All right. Woo!
You got me?
Son of a... God damn it. I hate it. What happened? What did you guys talk about? Just technical difficulties? Come on.
Yeah. Basically, I was voxing back through your input, so it was like, wah.
Oh,
so I didn't want to like keep talking and just ruin it for everybody. So I was like, thanks, TH, man. So yeah, it's a Escort MK2 designation. Yeah. This is by far my favorite rear-wheel drive rally car when I was a child.
Super light, very small. If you stood beside this thing and you were like 5.5, it's like right to your boobs. It's so tiny. The coolest thing about this is that it wasn't built. It has nothing to do with the United States, right? This is fully a UK Escort.
Yeah,
right?
you could not get these in the States. So it was an Escort that Cosworth took and had, a massive motor for that size vehicle. And it was one of the most popular, rally spec cars in the UK. I mean, they were legendary two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive rally cars, predating Group B. So I mean, these things were actually competing with Group B rally cars in the very early years when Group B got introduced because they were that good.
Yeah,
it took
Cosworth,
a little while.
Dual McKinney, right? Carbureted?
Yes,
was it carbureted for a while?
Yep.
Anyway, so my cousin in Poland bought one of these and redid the whole floor. And he was driving me around in one, and he was like, check out how fast this thing is. And he like slammed it on the floor. And then like halfway through the pull, I'm like looking at him. Like I don't even look at them. I'm like looking at him like, that's it? Are you serious? Anyway, it was like the original 1.5 liter, but dual McKinney car.
They're uninspiring.
They are so slow. But I'm sure with a Cosworth, top end and like a turbo or some fuel injection or whatever, I've seen these things rip on some mountain roads, so I know they're very capable cars.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk smack about Ken, but I don't know how many of you guys like really followed, but he kind of was unable to drive this car at the limit that it was designed for. And He personally,
Continue it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not talking smack. I mean, he's the one who said himself, like, I do not have the skills yet to drive that car how it was designed. And I think they brought Ryan Turek out to do the initial unveiling of this car. That was before he had spent a bunch of time. I mean, obviously, he started his rally career out at one of the rally schools in one of these cars. I mean, that was one of the first times that he had ever done any gravel stages, was in an MK2, which is why he eventually got this car. And that car has a lot of history because that's where him and his original co-driver got their start doing the rally stages back at the rally school. And it's just still to this day, it's just an awesome car.
Could you imagine 600 horsepower in this thing? Like that's nuts.
Brutal, dude. Brutal.
That's
brutal.
crazy. I wonder what else were they racing against for this class? Because this is pure rear wheel drive, right? Like,
Opel Mantas, Opel GTs. You had a couple of Citroen 2-wheel drive cars. You know, there were a few. Opel was the main competitor to this back in those. The Opel Manta was the only 2-wheel drive.
But this still decimated. This was like the one.
They were in this class, dude. Yeah, they were really, really well known, and it's also like a very easy to work on platform. The chassis were readily available, parts were cheap.
Totally.
Yeah, man. And because of the lightweight, they didn't really use up parts, so it was like the investment in parts. You know, you weren't burning through stuff in the seasons. Really cool car. A lot of history.
I really mourn the design sensibility of the arm out the window. You know, the door frame being lower than your shoulder. That doesn't happen anymore on any cars because of impact ratings. But
yeah, I mean, visibility was a big part of this design back then. You know, impact, wasn't it?
It wasn't
just being able to see no blind spots.
100%.
Cool car.
And also to be comfortable and like put your hand out the window. I can't do that anymore.
That's the old school. Yeah, the old school pillar hang.
And the E30
Fancy
is the
Stratos.
Same. The Quattro Audi is the same. The door frames are really low, really low.
Yeah, one of my favorite Hoonigan cars right there. That is one of my favorites.
Sure. And I just love how black and white it is. You know how simple the livery is. It's not too much. There's not crazy amounts of stuff happening on the door.
This one never really got the love that I felt like it should have. This one didn't get a lot of screen time compared to some of the others.
I did like it though. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's like from my 90s days of taping my headlights on my Civic or something. Whatever. The Hoonicorn, man, of course, this one put him... I don't want to say if it put him on the map, but I feel like this is probably one of the most successful Gymkhana videos.
I think the Hoonicorn transcended cultures and transcended niches and transcended, you know, races and the whole bit, man. I think it was internationally known as the world's first all-wheel drive rally spec Mustang with a NASCAR twin turbo.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, it really was. It was in an era of car design. This was truly revolutionary in a lot of ways.
Just like the sequential gearbox, 50%, you know, power to all, you know, a four-wheel drive system that was just the weight distribution was perfectly 50-50. It almost. I'm surprised there weren't more people upset that he had bastardized.
There were in the States, in the States there were a lot of the Mustang purists that were like, so disgusted with the whole concept. I mean, that's the other thing too, is that Hoonigan took Hoonigan a long time to get accepted in motorsport. Like, seriously, they were always kind of looked at as like, you're not supposed to be in motorsport. You guys are like the outer fringe kind of, you know, not real motorheads, not real motorsport. It took a long time for him to gain the respect as like a rally driver and like a real driver, you know what I mean?
Which I think is kind of funny, because I feel like most of these people that are in motor, especially before YouTube, that are in the kind of, you know, that are professional race car drivers, are pretty much millionaires. These are people who have enough money to do this as a hobby. So the fact that he's coming from maybe more just publicity and more of like a younger audience,
he was
a
shoe tycoon
for it. But what did he sell DC for? $86 million? Like he Yeah, no, he was one of them. I don't understand. I don't understand the friction. But I do like what he did, and I do like the exposure that he made for certain, you know, no, I don't know, for this like wild kind of like pop culture, pop art,
Motorsports,
Andy Warhol style. Like, there's just so much that went into everything that this guy
Motorsports
is.
was going through a anti-swag period
that's what it
prior to
was.
Ken Block. There was no, everything was very kind of just neutered and didn't have any kind of swagger and didn't have any kind of like a soul. And
Yeah.
the custom hot rod, rat rod, kind of old school like SoCal way of like modifying cars was kind of being translated into the Hoonigan car culture and kind of reintroduced to an entire new generation of kids and younger generation that now seen someone and something that's like resonated with them, where it wasn't like the old dude in a Corvette out at the
Yeah.
racetrack, you know, that doesn't have any swag. Like
Right.
Ken had a gold tooth and was doing
Yeah.
donuts in cars when kids were like, how does that even work? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it introduced
Right?
motorsports to an entire generation of
Oh,
kids I don't
man.
think would have been
Didn't
interested in
ever.
it. So
See, I had a buddy of mine who is a compositor. He was like a 3D animator, and he was hired by Hoonigan to do the like goofy version of Gymkhana. It was they took all of the shots of Gymkhana and they added like digital stuff to it. There was like I can't remember what it was. Like there was a dude on a toilet, and then there was like the freaking octopus with tentacles and stuff. There
like
was,
a
all this
spoof,
cool
almost
things.
like a spoof film, right?
Yeah, and it was just interesting that his whole team was so ahead of the curve when it came to virality and like making things just random bright things that just people wanted to see.
I
Maybe
think
he's-
Brian Scotto is the brains behind that a lot of
Oh,
people
he
don't
is.
give a huge amount of the credit. Is like
And he should.
he's
Yeah.
he's the like I think the original
Yeah.
idea and
Yeah.
like the idea of the swag. Like I would love to know who chose the song in the Travis Pastrana recent Gymkhana video. So
Oh,
with
yeah, I
Cars
wonder.
That Go Boom, like who made that call to use Cars That Go Boom from like 1988 from like those two chicks? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know,
Like,
but
that's
it's awesome.
straight swag, and it works.
It's
So I mean, yeah, the Hoonigan media machine is by
Just
far
next level.
dominating, you know, automotive culture content
It's
creation
so good.
right now.
Like, just look what they did to RC drifting. Like, the
100%.
Hoonigan team, like, all of a sudden they just, like, bought a bunch of RC drift cars, and I kind of feel like it made RC drifting so much bigger. I
Brought
don't
it back.
even know. It was crazy. It was crazy. Anyway, look at
That
this
just
thing,
goes to show
Hawkeye.
the platform, dude. Yeah, so that's the is that the OG?
I don't know if that's the OG. I think he might have had a bug eye before that. No, he couldn't have. It had to be a Hawkeye.
I thought the first Gymkhana was a bug eye, and then that was the first race spec before he got off of Subi.
This is pure race spec. I don't think he did any like fun videos with this, but I might be totally wrong. There's so much media that comes out of that group that it's like hard to know. But anyway, the Hawkeye, man, this STI is a monster. This is like the last of them. This is the last of the crazy STIs.
How much of you owning a Subaru has to do with watching a Gymkhana video?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that something culturally up there? You just love Subis, or is it because you've seen blocks slipping sideways in a Subi that?
No, I love turbos. And I swapped my Honda CRX in the early 2000s with a JDM engine, and I put a Volvo turbo on there, T3, T4 turbo on there, and then we were running an FMU because Honda data didn't exist yet, and then we
yeah.
Using Turbo Edit, which was Turbo Edit was predates Honda data.
Were those like ROM?
Yeah, I had an EEPROM.
EEPROM. That's it.
I had an EEPROM emulator. So I had a MOTS. So I bought a MOTS EEPROM emulator, and it was like this, like it looked like an '80s computer ribbon cable that came out of my ECU, and it went to this little MOTS box, and it had a little USB cable, and we could do real-time changes.
It's like old school arcade games from the '80s and '90s and stuff.
Yeah, but to be fair, like you look at like Fuel Tech nowadays, like the computer is making these adjustments for you, and it'll tell you how much off your tune is.
100%.
Because it'll like, you know what I mean? And what we had back then, it was like, no, you put you make the fuel map, and that's what it's given it. It's not like there's no feedback. There's no like programming that helps you with the tuning, so it can get a little bit hairy. Anyway, whatever. We're talking about this. I love turbo cars. I love really light turbo cars. My brother brought home, because he was a used car salesman for a while, he brought home a 2004 STI Bug-Eye, and we took it out for a rip a bunch of times. It had the DCD, the
Distributional control.
controlled diffs.
You could stroke to the front or the rear.
Yeah, but we put it on the most aggressive, and we were doing U-turns, and it was chirping each wheel. It was like, it was like it would like grab each wheel.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it was crazy, and that was probably the most violent car I've ever driven. Second year,
we're gonna buy a Subi. Me and my wife are gonna buy a Subi for the family.
Oh, dude, I don't know if it's got a VVT. That ship may have sailed for a good Subaru.
You think so?
I think so.
2019 and onward, no.
I don't know. Test drive them. See how you feel.
Yeah, they drive good. The longevity has always been a question mark in my book.
Right? I don't know. You're not gonna. If it's 4-wheel drive, you're gonna burn more gas.
I've seen women blow the head gases driving them to the Safeway twice a week.
Yeah, because they're idiots.
At like the exact same mileage.
You need to, like everyone says they blow, but no, it's because you're being a dummy and you're not checking all the freaking things that you need to check in order to make sure you're not going to explode your massive horsepower per displacement engine. Like, let's be like, this is 2.5 liters pushing out 230 horsepower. You know, if it's an STI tune or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot, and you're gonna go get groceries with that every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder why Ken Block didn't continue his career in Subaru longer. I mean, I think it was politics. I don't know if their image.
They removed themselves from WRC, I think, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Well, the full-fledged WRC, and then the X Games mildly twinkled in, and then kind of twinkled out again. So, man, who remembers that thing? Who remembers that,
dude? Another freaking viral video that like was before viral videos were really like. I mean, maybe I was just discovering viral videos at the time, but remember this? Remember this video?
This was the second variation of the snow truck, though. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This was Snowcana 2, I think.
Right. You're right. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think they jumped the first one like huge with the snow tracks on it.
Did.
Boss Hog, that's a snowboarding rig. That's a snowboarding rig.
Yeah.
Like that's just designed to load up your buddies with snowboards.
Yeah, look, there's
and go
like
hit it.
There's like seats in the back.
Oh yeah, full Recaros in the back, bro. Yeah, like a boss. And then all the snowboard racks. So you got 2 stack, 2 stack, 2 stack, 2 stack, and then the roof rack. Man, what a ripper.
You know, I'm upset, man. I'll tell you why I'm upset. You know, he had to have a sport that didn't have a cage around him. You know what I mean? Like
with an age, get a cage, man. I hate to say it, but man, I mean, how many times do you think he's driven his snowmobile and
enough times to make the probability of him getting killed much higher?
It happens. What I mean? You know, I feel for his family. I feel for his daughter.
Have you ever watched him do like crazy curves through massive
I have.
And, like, you know, have you seen guys where they like put their whole weight like on the other side?
I've watched Ken post snow content every winter for the past seems decade, and I mean some of the stuff he does, I never ever thought, hey, that looks dangerous. I'm just like, man, that fool's a savage. I always figured the rally stuff was going to be more dangerous. Just goes to show you, man. It's like, you know, take every moment.
Take every moment, man, and maybe don't put yourself in stupid risks.
Minimize risk.
Minimize the
risk.
Hard to say to somebody who's lived their whole life like looking for that thrill, but I mean, fudge.
Hey man, we're getting older, man.
Anyway, look at this. So this is a, you know, Audi S4 Quattro. What's cool about this car, I love this car too, is that it has like a square wheelbase. It's like a square. Right? Like,
well, you get the line from the front bumper that goes all the way to the center of the rear taillight. From the front headlight all the way back, center head to taillight, all the way back rear taillight.
It's so awesome. And look at how small this car is. Like, look at the helmet size. Like, this is a tiny car. These aren't big rims. These are, what do you think, they're 17s maybe?
Yeah, no,
probably.
those are very small cars. Have you guys ever been in like old 90s cars, like go like this and you could almost roll up the other window?
Or like when your hands on the steering wheel, you could go like this and you could like touch the windshield.
Absolutely.
Like,
or like when you're chilling with a homie, like you're
Porsches are
almost
like
shoulder
that.
to shoulder in cars like that.
Aldres, man, what's up, buddy? Hope you're having a good Tuesday.
Cheers to beers.
Right? Aldres, man, I know you want one of these. We all do, man.
See,
Oh,
Shane
Caps,
Beekman said
no.
the same thing. It's like Steve Irwin. How could have thought that it'd been done with a bloody Stingray after he's been... Dude, that dude cuddles Stingrays for fun on break, so who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
That's how it happens, you know. Rest in
I feel
peace,
like,
man.
you know what? I feel like with Steve Irwin, the minute that he spread his seed into that American woman, he could die. Maybe that's why. Not because any woman. I don't want to say American because that's stupid. Any woman. As soon as he was like, I can die now. You know. Anyway, whatever. Maybe I'm making a stupid joke, and poor Steve Irwin.
Too soon.
Too soon. Way too soon.
Oh, man. It's so soon. It's just like I can't. I caught it all, the little glimpses of it through the social this morning, and I was just like, man, I just sat there and.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
my
rough, man.
personal, I guess interest in that is just I've been a fan of his interest in becoming a rally driver because there are very few individuals that can transition from non-motorsport into motorsport and actually be competitive. And I think he absolutely did that, and at top level, and the whole time had politics going against him. So I mean, my hat's
100%.
been off to him as an individual chasing the dream of becoming a rally driver as something that I have a similar dream as well. And it's just something that, he made it a reality for people that, don't come from like a racing background or pedigree that, he made that, he made it happen, dude. He competed at top level. Dude was a hell of a rally driver, man.
Hell of a, yeah, man. Good Lord. And then this is the electric Audi. That is, yes, it is definitely a warp drive spaceship.
Got a chance to fully rip that one, huh?
No, I don't think he did. Damn. Anyway, we'll keep moving. We'll keep moving. Oh no, this one, which is another really sad one. I don't think he's ever gonna rip. Well, obviously he's never gonna rip this one again.
The Fox is never gonna get ripped by Ken.
But
I think the chassis is in production though, ain't it?
Yeah, like I think these are renderings. I'm obviously this very much looks like a rendering, but I'm assuming this is kind of a similar look that they were going for his like 2023 rally or drift setup. Gymkhana car, yeah. So I hope, you know what, I kind of hope Travis is kind of handed the torch for those.
I hope his daughter.
Oh, his daughter. Oh my God, his daughter, man.
I hope Leah can.
She better.
Have the courage to take the reins and.
Griptopia, hands down, one of my favorite domestic body styles ever. I don't think there's anything that's looked better than this stubby, rounded, bubbly, Fox body. But I say that speaking as a product of the 90s.
I was going to say, if you're born in our era, anybody who's born in our era loves Fox bodies. It's just something about them.
Yeah, just something about them so good. Thanks, RC Garage. I'm very glad Ken and Leah worked on their first car. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that too. Damn. All right, I gotta pee, man. I gotta pee. So should I do the pee thing or should I let you talk?
Pee break.
Pee break. Okay, I'm gonna pee break. We're gonna do
a
quick pee break, guys.
And then we'll be coming back to check out some sass after we take a couple more blocks ride.
Pee break. There might be some other stuff. We need to do the tours. Oh man. I'll be back. We'll be back. All right. Let's see here. 6, 6, 5.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh man, I made it back. Well, you guys could probably... Okay, there we go. That's better. All right, we need more Fiero GT maxed out. Aldres, man. Hilarious. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, you can. I mean... I can't... Who is it? Slade. Slade was the one with the biggest boner for Fieros. I mean, I guess I could probably explain that boner for Fieros with my boner for CRXs, because they're just like, they're not great cars. Neither are Fieros. In terms of like bucket list items, I don't know, unless you have some kind of like emotional, sentimental attachment or something, then yes, but I don't know why you'd want a Fiero. I don't know. Maybe I do. Okay, wait. So we should wait. There's a list here. Let's move on. I mean, we didn't go through all the Hoonigan cars, but whatever. It's enough talking about poor Ken Block, man.
Rest in peace, Ken.
Rest in peace, Ken. Like,
I hope he can forever shred wherever he is.
yeah. It's sad because like I was looking. I'm sure he had a lot of plans to make.
He wasn't
the Wild
done.
West,
Yeah, he wasn't done.
you know, and I hope
I
somebody.
don't
has
think the
all that-
Hoonigan media machine is done either, so let's hope.
No, that's for sure. That's
Take
for
that
sure.
momentum and give us some content. Speaking of Hoonigan media machine, if y'all want to represent,
Oh,
go buy
what?
some gear. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
go buy my gear, man. KPopRC.com. Yeah, so this guy doesn't need more money. Maybe no. Well, no. Come on. Anyway, I'm gonna drink more beer.
There you go.
Boom. No, poor. That's so sad. But yeah, let's see here. Went to heaven's sliding sideways. You betcha.
Agreed.
Oh,
MR2 over Fiero.
yes. Oh my
Datsun
God.
510
yes.
over both. What?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I mean, as long as it's not rusty.
I mean, are we just going? Is it only like that era of little crap boxes?
No, I feel like. Yeah. No, I feel like all little crap boxes are all kind of.
That's agreed. I agree with that.
Are all in the same kind of pool, or whatever. Okay, cool. So let's move it. Let's keep moving. Oh God, I'm not drinking enough beer, or I'm drinking too much beer. One or the other. Let's look at these Toyan motors because I want to show you double clutch. I kind of feel like you know what I'm talking about.
Let's take a peek.
Okay, so these Toyan engines, man. God damn it. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna play this. Let me know if the audio is too loud. If you kind of look at what this is, let's just look at it for a second, all right? So I can see a turbo. I can see one turbo, and then immediately I look below and I see two turbos. Oh my God, there's two turbos there. Two air filters. It looks like there's dual overhead cams.
I was gonna say the dual overhead cams. Yeah.
I'm gonna play this for you, dudes.
So,
Let's see what's
and
up.
here's
I
the
wanna
way I
hear
see
it,
it.
though. I don't think I can.
You know, it's better than having
No, I won't be
basically
able to. That's okay. You guys can hear it,
nothing
but
at
I
all.
can't.
So,
you
enjoy
hear
the
that?
video,
You probably
guys.
hear
We're gonna
that.
fire.
Yeah,
it up
I
here,
got
okay?
audio.
Yeah, here. Anyway, so this video is from this YouTube channel, Dennis Dempsey Radio Out of Control. I don't know whether or not he has a relationship with Toyan, but I'm assuming he does, or he has the cash and it's his hobby to buy these motors. But he always is playing around with these things. If you look really close, there's a centrifugal clutch on the flywheel there,
On
and
the
it also
back,
looks
yeah.
like it's ready for a 2-speed too, which is interesting. When we're talking about multiple cylinders, we're going to have more torque than horsepower. But your power band is going to be in the low RPM range, so I think you're going to need a second gear to get any kind of decent speed out of these things. Maybe correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, man.
Nothing with that motor running.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're welcome, guys.
I can't hear you. I can't hear it.
What?
I can't hear it. I can't hear. Oh, we can't hear you at all over the mic. Okay.
Man, I mean, without high RPMs, it seems like more scale than real performance. Like, unless that thing would wind out to, and it would probably, implode at any higher RPM than that. But
these are not. Before anybody runs out and goes buys one of these things, let's be fair. These things don't. These things don't last very long. They don't.
That's like the best disclaimer to Kpop for the win. Like, all right, guys, before you go rushing out and buying these mini twin turbskis, real like, twin turbskis.
It's not going to happen, man. I mean, I can't even get my LRP engine to rev over like 35,000 RPM. Like,
oh man. What about? Have you seen the mini rotaries?
You mean this one?
Maybe. God, dude. Like,
oh, man, it's so
we
funny.
did not plan that whatsoever.
Oh, no.
That's crazy.
Oh, there you are. Oh no, I may have lost you, double clutch.
Nope.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, cool.
Big
yeah, all right. So I'm gonna move this forward so we can all yell over the engine noise, because there's only one point where he gets it reliably running to the point where we can hear that it sounds like a rotary. So I'm gonna move to that part, and we're gonna
Please, headphone users.
Yeah, oh no, should I lower it some more? Yeah, so he's getting it to 30,000 RPM. Which is, I mean, that's around what a nitro engine would be revving at.
How many rotors is that? That's a dual rotor? That's a single rotor?
Single rotor.
Whoa, that's small.
Rotor. And what I want to know, dude, Brian, is like if you could buy 3 of these. Oh no, you wouldn't. You would need to custom make an eccentric shaft. You could bolt 2 together, I guess.
You could do 2 together, but then run them into a center diff.
Right. Anyway, interesting.
My first car was a RX-7, so I think rotary engines are amazing, dude. My car was a 1.3 liter normally aspirated car. It was a 85 GLXE SE.
Yeah.
And it was the first model that was fuel injected, but the last year of the original body style. And it was a 5-speed, dude. 1.3 liters, and that thing still to this day, that's one of the cars I wish I would have kept.
No vibration. The weird thing about rotaries when you're driving them is that they do not have that telltale like vibration of like a regular combustion piston engine. They are very smooth. You could take a glass of water and just like rest it on the engine and rev it to 10,000. What is it? What's the red line? 10,000 RPM?
Mine was 9.
Yeah, 9, 10,000. I'm sure that the race ported ones go up to 12K.
It had a little like bright blue shift light in the tack in the dashboard that would go ee when you got into red line. It would like start squeaking at you. That was a good car, man.
Yeah, so
So
TJ's
that's
talking about.
my understanding of rotaries.
Yeah, I mean that's like real life understanding because you actually owned one. Did it fail catastrophically for you, or were you okay?
I crashed it.
Yeah, that's that would happen. That's okay.
I ran
That's
out of
okay.
talent. Well, yeah, I ran out of talent. I thought I had talent, but I didn't have any talent.
How old were you?
Crashed
Like
it.
what? 20?
Crashed it
20?
bad. I was 19.
Ego.
19. Yeah, I thought I
ego.
was. I thought I can hang, bro. Couldn't hang.
Hey, for all you dudes that are under 25 years, 27 years of age, 27 years of age, yeah, don't think you know everything.
Don't think you can hang because you can't hang.
You don't know. You have only been alive this much.
If I could go back and drive that car with what I have today, I'd still have it.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, so TJ is talking about how to check out Johnny Q90. He made a two rotor using the OS motor. So the OS motor, it was a notorious rotary engine, hobby engine, nitro engine for aviation for a long time. I believe in the 80s, 90s, maybe when when Wenkel motors became kind of a big thing because it was so long that piston combustion engines were like the king. And then all of a sudden, this like new design came out, the Wenkel motors, and I'm assuming that OS had made one because it has low vibration, so they were.
Do you know how much these are? These little rotary engines?
Dude, like $1,020.
Oh, I'm not even gonna write it down then.
US.
It's not. I got way better stuff I could spend that on.
And this guy, Warped Perception or whatever, this guy that did this review, he was saying that the apex seals had to be modified because the compression of this particular motor that was sent to him was so low that he had to start it. Yeah, so he had to start it at full throttle to get it warm enough to get
so
things
that it
to
would
expand,
so that it would seal.
And then it would seal a little better.
That's probably why it was just puking earlier.
Well, no, that's a rotary thing. Rotaries love being rich.
That's what I'm saying. It's the two-stroke. It's the two-stroke of four-stroke engines.
That's funny for sure. Anyway, for sure. Oh no, $499. They're saying. Okay, I'm wrong.
Okay, that's
So
OC
$1,000
CRC.
Canadian dollars.
Thank you.
$1,000 Canadian dollars.
The two-rotor $600 is what he's saying.
Oh,
all right, move on.
All right, we're moving on. All right, we don't have to look at any more of these things. I just thought these were cool.
30K is respectable. 30,000 RPM is respectable out of anything, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're talking about like a race 1/8 scale race nitro engines, which
those little buggy motors will
probably
spin.
like touch 45,000 RPM.
50K for those race dudes that rebuild them every run.
Not all the time, probably. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, dude, please, like.
Anyway, let's check it out. All right, so this is we're gonna call this shop tours. All right, so I got a bunch of guys to like give me a shop tour. I don't know how I'm gonna hear this. That's fun. How am I gonna hear this? Damn it! All right, hold on. Give me a second. I gotta plug in these headphones so I can hear double clutch while I hear.
So 7113 Ace RC says the V8 is $1,500, and I have to admit I have looked at the V8 one just because.
All right, I'm just gonna play it, and I'm not gonna hear you double clutch. I don't think I can hear you. Oh no, I can anyway. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm sorry. Brian, I can't hear you. I'm gonna plug this in here, and then we're gonna play, and then I'll figure this out.
So Griptopia, he said I sent a shop tour to you on Facebook.
Here we go.
Is that how not to do your shop?
That's probably way too loud for all you dudes. All right.
Aldrez, coming out of the fridge like a boss. What's up? I already want to come hang out with this dude. All right, I'm like, all right, we can hang out already. Gangster.
Oh man, William, man, I love you, buddy. One day I hope.
Okay, so shop tour.
Hold on, I want to hear what Double Clutch is saying because I can't hear him. There you are. Sorry, Brian, man. Now I can hear you. Hold on, we're gonna play this out again because I feel like it's hilarious, and I couldn't hear what you were saying, and I'm sure you were saying the same thing. Look at it.
I said, effing Aldrez, we start in the fridge like a straight boss. Come out here, and I'm like, I'm already want to come hang out.
My favorite.
I'm
part
already
is
like, what, like, dude, like.
Do you remember that scene in Terminator 2 when they go to the
The
desert?
thing off of the ground.
Yeah, they go to the desert and they like,
bro.
And then he's like, "What do you want, man?"
Me and my brother tried to dig one of those in our backyard before my dad came out and was like, "What the hell are you guys doing?"
This is basically what this is. Before anybody like calls CSIS, which is our like CIA in Canada or whatever. These are all airsoft guns. So
dude, you should see my garage, bro. Now we can for sure hang out.
Yeah. So he's all airsofts because we live in Canada, bro. We can't buy guns.
Yeah, I know. Even you guys have to like neuter your airsoft guns further than us. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I would ship stuff to your guys and have to demodify them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, for FPS.
Like put like a little red, like put the red things on. Or
no, I'd have to take the spring out. So they would use different springs to adjust the FPS, and your FPS limits were way less than ours. And for import-export, I'd have to demodify them and then test them and like initial it so that they'd pass the customs.
Weird. Why can't? Oh no, I feel bad. Monster Parts. I hope he didn't get like accidentally like blocked. I hope not. Ooh, that would be bad. I will find out. Man, Monster Parts, if you can hear us but can't type to us, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what happened. I will find out, though. But I can't find out right now, so we'll figure it out. Where's Double Clutch Shop Tour? Well, we'll make that later.
I'll have to do something for you guys like that. A few people have been asking about lighting and stuff, too, so maybe we can... Yeah, dude, I worked at an airsoft store and been playing since I was a teenager. Something I've been doing for a long time. It's after I got out of paintball, so I love airsoft.
Yeah, man. I never got into it because, like, I got into it in the sense that, like, I saw guys with 9mm with the, like, butane kickback, which I thought was super cool, where the slide would come back or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, playing airsoft's a bunch of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyways, Aldrez, I'm already. I gotta buy you a beer.
All right, I'm gonna try this out. This might totally screw me up. I'm gonna see what happens. All right, give me a second.
All right, we got Tom Bush in the house, number 2.
Tom Bush. I feel bad for freaking Monster Parts, man. Where's Monster Parts? Oh, I can hear you. Audio check.
Audio check. One.
Yep.
Copy that.
Yep. Okay, sweet. Now I can hear. All right.
Yeah, my
Double
shop
headphone
consists
action,
of like
man.
a table.
Right. No, I can see it behind you there, man. What are you talking about?
That's pretty much it.
All right, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit so you guys don't get freaking.
Okay.
Right. So this is Tom Bush.
So, shop tour. This is where I make everything and where I paint everything. So,
Wait,
starting off in this...
Hold on, I'm going to stop for a second because Tom Bush, man. Let's back it up a little bit.
Font arts first. Unless you've written your own now. Unless you've written your own.
Okay, cool. No, okay, basement, sick. All right. Painted the walls black, also
I need to
sick.
give me some racks.
Right, racks are sick
Cool.
too, right? No, I mean better than what I got.
Oh, I need
This
to
is
give me some racks. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. And then look, he's got 2 Creality printers there on the wall, which is pretty sick as well.
I make
and they're printing.
everything.
I believe one of them is.
And where I paint.
What else you got up here, man? What else you
Planes,
got?
drones.
He's got a freaking vinyl cutter, like a proper tiny
little
cricket.
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
the same cricket that I got.
God, I gotta get me one of those. And then he's got some racing drones. Looks like he's got some short course action. Looks like he's got some like solid rear wheel axle setups. No, I feel like Brian,
There's
man,
at
I
least
feel
one
like you
up
could
there.
tell
I think
me
it's
what
a
chassis
Yeti.
those are.
I think that's a Yeti.
Oh no way, an axial Yeti.
Yeah.
I wonder if he bought it new, because like those are impossible to
It's
find.
either a Yeti or a Vatera.
Oh, Vatera Warhammer or whatever.
Yeah, whatever those. Dude,
Paint
dude,
everything.
I'm already. I need to step up my game.
Right, this is sick. Anyway, I'm gonna keep playing or hear what he says.
So starting off in this corner, we've got my remotes and batteries, my RC car collection.
A cool Tamiya action
Some
there, if you
boats.
see. I think he's got a little city turbo there.
Along with a couple of boats up there in the corner.
I'm talking about. Oh, the F1 looks sick too. Oh, is this math?
All my boxes, a race box down there in the bottom, which needs a couple of Kpop stickers on it.
It does.
My 3D printers.
Oh, yeah,
This
he's
one's
running that.
currently 3D printing a turret, which
Turret.
is for that boat up
That
there.
shit, man. Look at that shit.
Oh, bro, that's fire. Look at that.
My grandpa did boats. That's something I've been interested in. Maybe potentially dabbling in.
Right? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
I got a few
I,
little freshwater lakes real close too, so it'd be kind of easy to. Man, I'm jelly already. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's
That's
super
going to be
cool.
a long way
I love
away,
that boat.
long way away yet. Then I've got some 3D printed inserts that I've custom designed.
Oh, no way.
Some
Ooh, I like.
Look at those
this
turbo fans, huh?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very good.
turbo fans, turbo Mark IIs, and then a custom 5-spoke kind of design. Some more
Sick, dude.
wheels, a custom 3D printed rock bouncer chassis that I
Finish
actually
it,
later
Tom.
cut out of carbon fiber,
Ooh, he's got his comp crawlers.
which is on here. Cut and tapped the links myself,
These look like bugs.
Sick.
designed
So awesome.
and cut the chassis myself out of, I think 2 mil.
Tom. Brian, man,
Damn.
you want one of these? Do you want one of these? I want one of these. So
I've
badly.
been looking at them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people
I got
know
too
in
many
the
hobbies,
comments.
man. I got too many hobbies outside of RC. I got too many hobbies. But I've been
Oh,
thinking
no
about
way.
one.
And what's that one? Paintball.
Simulated racing is a big
Oh,
one.
yeah.
So I got
Yeah.
some hardware I gotta.
You're looking at. Nice.
Carbon
That's
fiber
sick.
on this machine.
So he's cutting carbon fiber on this particular machine. If you look, it
That's
looks like
savage.
yeah, it looks like a Delrin, really thick Delrin sort of like gantry there. And
Almost
look
like
at
a
the
dual
size.
Z on it, flipped on its side, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And then look at the size of these freaking pole, like oh god, what are we gonna call those shafts
yeah,
that
those are
run
like the
these
guide
linear
rods.
bearings?
Yeah.
Like these, this has got to be like 6 or 7 times as big as my 3D printer's rails.
That's what I'm saying.
It's got to be. This thing's got to cut metal, let alone carbon fiber.
Which, as you can see, needs a bit of love.
Anyway,
Few-
it's a bit of love, man. We'll give it some love.
I need it.
Tom.
Then I've got my collection of bodies and chassis, planes and drones. And what's on my bench? Well, this week we've got a Camtech banger.
Huh?
I've painted this up for someone, and then they've asked me to cut out the windows. So, doing the side,
That sounds like he didn't want to cut out the windows.
After
just
painting.
about to clean up the front.
No.
Then it's getting a
I like how
Custom-
he's like, and he wants me to cut out their.
After
cut out
it's
the
painted.
windows.
Now you
window
figured
mesh
out
that's
you
going
don't
to be
want
3D
windows?
printed, and custom stickers, which I'll do on my Cree Cup.
Oh man. Gotta
And
get
there's
one
the
of
chassis for the
those. Oh, so it's a pan chassis.
banger. Using a very old-fashioned retro, as some would call.
Oh, I never thought I would see one of these things in the wild ever again. I never thought I would see a working one ever. That, my friends, is a mechanical speed control. It does, yeah. No, it is.
The
Right? I'm not
OG,
crazy.
yeah, the OG pan car
OG.
hobbyist cars were like that.
Anything was like, I mean, it was before
Old school Tamiya's.
silicone. It was like it would go
Man.
between resistance.
Yeah, yeah.
Electrical resistance
Call it
between
Speed
3 or 4
controller with a
different
brushed motor,
zones. The servo would slide the lead.
designed to take
on the
hits, not for
zones that
speed.
would- have
Yeah,
different
that thing's
resistance.
so
Just the
banger
job, they
racing
take a
is
beating.
basically oval racing, but you demolition derby.
Oh, all right.
So they're
See?
designed
Didn't
to
know
be like stout. That's why the rims were all like everything's solid.
that. Yeah. I don't even think he had like very much suspension. It was pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Pretty stout, dude.
Speed.
No way. Don't 3D print anything for that.
It does the job. They take a beating. Then I got my
Injection
little
molding
workstation,
all the
space
way.
tools on it, and then my
See, this is the
Yeah,
problem.
man, that-
So this is the problem. Double clutch. Do you have this problem where like all your tool, the areas where you put your tools end up getting crazy messy? You know?
No, I got
Like-
3 Hoonigan magnetic trays. So
Okay.
back the last time Hoonigan did a really good parts deal, they were giving away these like legitimate car magnetic trays that have a Hoonigan logo in them. They were just giving them away if you spent whatever. And I remember I
Right.
bought one, got one free, and then got another one through like you spend over $50. I got 3 of them. And I use those, one for my hexes, one for my bits, one for my loose hardware. And if I'm working on a certain model, you realize you're using about 4 sizes of Allens.
Yeah.
You switch out models. Like, when I got the Baja in, you're using like a 3, a 4, a 2.5. And I'll just get those, put the bits
it.
in one of the tins, put my hexes in one of the tins,
And then keep
loose
it
hardware in
go.
another, and then that's what I'm working out of. And then when I organize, I just have one tool tray that has like,
Right.
the 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, all that.
That's pretty awesome. Let's see how to RC Master. We're just talking about ways to kind of keep our tools organized while we work, and it sounds like Double Clutch's main way of doing it is that he's just going to pick the tools that he needs, and he's going to set those up, so he's not digging for them later. And I'm assuming.
And then I have just
Brian,
a
you
flip
put them
up
back.
I just got a flip up Craftsman toolbox underneath that I keep what I'm not using in there.
Huge. I got to get better at that, man. I'm too ADHD for any of that stuff, man. Just too HD.
and then my
Oh, I like how he has the ethics sticker. That's straight up Mr.
toolbox
Steele
with everything
there,
else.
Mr. Steely.
Again, need some K-pop stickers up there.
Ah, Tom, man, let me know. I'll send you some.
I've got
K-pop
all my
stickers,
paints,
bro.
oils, glues, and all that.
Maybe we should do that one day, eh? I'll think of something. I'll think
Up
of something.
there. With my spare parts, and then all my extra spare parts down there.
Yes. Anyway, Tom, man, thank you so
All
much.
in all, it's a pretty, well, some would say
That's a really
basic
cool spot.
workshop.
He says it's somewhat basic. I feel like you've got a really awesome space, Tom, and you're keeping it clean and fresh and awesome. And man, power to you, buddy. Also gives me a bunch of inspiration on what I'm gonna do with my 3D printing area and exactly where I'm gonna put it. And the thing that I don't want to happen, and Brian, maybe you can, maybe you share the same opinion, but the problem with 3D printers are you don't need table space. Like you shouldn't use any of the surface area that could be a working area for your 3D printer, because you could tuck it under, you could put it high, you could put it anywhere, but you don't need that space. It's not a functional space. It's not something that you need to constantly be moving around or putting things there. Like, it's not a functional.
My end game was shelving. So I was going to get
Right.
shelving that was so that it was about this far off the ceiling. I was going to
Right.
put it into corner and then just put a piece of shelving and have it wire fed off just like how he's got his set up. And that way it was in a spot because I couldn't use the corner for storage.
Right?
Um,
So it almost makes more sense to put them away somewhere where you're just like not, they're just not in the way. But you still need to see them. You still need to have them at eye level. You still need to check.
Once you have them all set and you understand your printer and your filaments and your nozzles and all your stuff, and you got it to where like your benchies are dialed, that's when I feel like you could throw it up on the shelf and let it burn itself up.
100%.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Which will totally happen. Let's see what Bodge not built. Everything in one place is ace. I currently keep my parts and tools in one room, my printers and cars in another, and my workbench is the kitchen table. Bodged not built, it sounds like you have the same problem. Well, maybe not problem. Maybe you have the same benefit as me, and that means you don't have a lady around.
You're gonna have a good opportunity to do a lot of things differently when you move into this new spot. So, don't.
Yep.
You know, there's another thing about you know, this rush to feel like you got to create content can also keep you from getting creative in other areas as well. So,
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you know, creating content all the time also doesn't necessarily mean I can't reuse certain content, right? So for shorts and stuff, I could
absolutely.
be pulling
Get
shorts
creative
out
with
of.
stuff that you already have, and I think you
Yeah.
can keep it fed long enough to do what you need to do and not be pressured.
There's a lot of videos that I've made that haven't gotten a lot of exposure. So as long as I can get them to new and fresh eyes, I feel like that's going to be a benefit for me as well. But anyway, Jip RC, here you go, man. Here's your.
Okay, here we go. Shop tour. This is where the magic
Goddamn Jipper.
happens. Got a whole room.
Oh, Jipper got a new Arma, man. If you guys aren't following Jip RC, go check him out.
All for storing crap and working on trucks.
Yes.
I had some benches put in
Crap, do I crap?
across the corner there. So we got a good bit of space, and
I just want to say a few things, all right? Really awesome vise. Holy crap, that looks like a really great vise.
Okay.
Drill press. God damn, I need a drill press. Here, you know, how often are we drilling and we're like, is it straight? And I'm like looking around and all like trying to get it to be straight. Oh no, I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Double clutch, I can't hear you. Can I? Can you hear me? Bum bum bum. Can't hear you, Brian. Oh, I can't hear you, bro. Brian, I can't hear you. Let's see.
Combo check now. I had to reset
Oh, there you go. Okay, you're
I had
back.
to reset my combo.
Sorry, buddy.
No, so I had to reset my mic.
I was all worried it was me, and then I was gonna be
I thought it was you too.
it's gonna be like a problem.
Yeah, drill press, bandsaw, vise, maybe even a table grinder,
Right?
like a belt grinder.
Yeah, so Tested was showing off a small grinder for hobbyists, and it's the discs are like really, really small.
Yep.
I got to get me one of those. But yeah, all working now. All right, wicked. Anyway, let's keep moving with
use it all up.
Jipper.
Just spread things out, across the whole
Cool
thing.
setup.
Cool setup, man. Like 2x4 plywood table.
Got a vise, got a drill press.
Yeah, you do.
That's where that's where a lot of the metal work. That's the machine shop, right?
Oh,
And this is
if you guys don't know, Jipper RC is actually making a bunch of these brushless, gimbaled FPV
The FPV kits are sick, dude.
camera kits, and I think he's going to be selling them for like $200 US.
Yep.
I think, and I'm sure
Check them
he's
out on
only doing
Instagram.
5, 6, or 7 of them, 10 of them, maybe.
I think he's
so-
got most of them pre-order right now, but that doesn't mean you can't get on the next.
right.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
split
like-
here pretty soon.
I told. Oh, no worries, man. I told him that I would definitely buy one of
assembled or
those.
worked on.
Anyway, yeah. Brian, man, anytime you want to dip, let me know. All good,
There's the
man.
motors there.
Okay.
Probably about 10 minutes. I got
Bunch-
split.
Just stuff.
No
We
worries,
got all
man.
the parts, dude.
I don't
This
think we're
dude's
gonna
making
be.
some cool stuff. If you guys check him out on Insta, he's got some really cool videos. Like
Big old
once I
box
get some
fan.
extra cash in the house, I'm definitely gonna get one of these for my SBR.
Yeah, and I think he was playing around with the like DJI
Mm-hmm.
HD FPV setups right now, and yeah, he's coming out with some pretty cool stuff. I'm pretty sure that's him. Oh god. Anyway, it's a brushless gimbaled, 3-axis, very smooth stabilization. Head tracking can happen, and it won't be jittery like it would be.
Dude,
with
it's some of
servos,
that
so,
footage is like
tanky.
makes me want one.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, that's Jipper. We're gonna keep moving so that we can kind of try to finish this thing in the next 10 minutes, man. I think that's
Bodged,
cool,
not
dudes.
built.
Botched, not built, man. I wish I put the link. After this, I'm going to put all the link to any of these videos that are on YouTube so you guys can go check them out and subscribe. Definitely subscribe to Bodge Not Built. He's got some cool stuff,
got a
man.
little shop tool.
Remember when we
It's
seen the
mad,
renderings of that other one?
There's a replica of my road car.
Oh, man. Sick livery, man. That's sick. Knowing how to, like, restrain yourself when you're dealing with, like, abstract livery
It's so
shapes.
hard. I haven't done a lot of that painting yet. It's something I gotta. It doesn't interest me. I think is the big thing.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. All good. I mean,
But it's like I
It's
love
hard.
seeing it. Yeah, it's way hard. Yeah.
it's really hard to not overdo it or not to understate it. But it's very cool. Very cool. SAS, RC Garage. I'll do SAS. Don't worry, guys. I'll do
RC
SAS.
Garage.
Shading fog rods,
I know,
grills, head
because he's always got the coolest builds.
It's got some sass in there.
wheels.
Wait.
There's also a steering wheel and a
Dude, this is a really cool build. Bodge Not
dashboard
Built.
in here. Still got to
Rims
finish the
are
interior
perfect,
off,
period,
but
correct.
that's more to come
Wow,
next
look
year.
at that.
It's all vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, vinyl for sure. I like
But my
it.
Subaru was practically destroyed, so I turned that into a drift
Sick.
car crash bar.
Little bug eye, man, with the carbon fiber hood. Obviously the I don't know. I want to say Haggard Garage sticker bombed awesomeness. The dual mismatching.
See it on the
rims,
shelf.
super cool.
Subaru.
Big Subaru fan, which I am as well. Look at the body. Hold on.
This fire.
Just like the RS200, they made
It's got
the
some
hood.
funky stuff, dude. Yeah, it just got a bloated look to it. Looks like a NASCAR.
They made
Like if you just
the
took
hood.
the headlight logos off, you couldn't tell what it is.
Yeah, it's just so they could pop it off the mold easier. Those bastards.
Weird.
weird.
Subaru off a Thunder
Weird.
type.
But then you look
Yeah,
at you know
Peugeot
you look
406
at what is that
Coupe.
Peugeot
Yeah.
beside it, and it's not the same. Maybe it's a
Coupe,
little bit.
Escort, Carsworth,
Escort.
another 306, and
306.
the JG Dart from
God, I gotta get more Tamiya builds, man.
Glen
I
at
gotta
Tamiya
get more
Legends. Next
Tamiya
up, we
builds.
got more Peugeots. We got a 106,
Thanks, Rizzy.
206,
Appreciate it, buddy.
306, 406 Saloon,
Damn,
another
dude,
406
it's a hell
Coupe.
of a collection, man.
Next up,
Right?
we got my TT.
I really like the the
TO2
livery,
Neo Scorcher. There's a
replica
BMW
awesomeness.
M46, yet another Peugeot. S15 and an RX7. Next up, we've got a Riri Blacktop.
Oh, he's got the
Is that a
Subaru.
Riri Blackfoot?
Next up, we've got a Riri Blackfoot.
Yep,
Yeah.
Riri Black.
Morin 306 Runner,
That was
Subaru Brat, 350Z, and yet another Peugeot 206.
Ah, the 206, bro, the 206.
Now on to next year's
Oh, look at the brat, dude.
projects. Right, now this one's a Subaru Brat that was actually
That's so
trodden on by
awesome.
my friend, so I've repaired that shell
That's cool.
and decided I wanted to.
Yeah, OCC RC,
To
I
do
am.
something
Yeah,
different.
it
Just
might not
ask,
be with.
like, I might have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get out
don't-
of here, but
yeah.
we'll get assassin tonight.
Don't, Brian, don't even worry. I can do SAS on my
Different
own.
with
It's
it.
not a big deal.
So we've chopped the bed
Anyway, let's see here.
to
What we got here?
adjust the
More
base so
Tamiya.
we'll fit on a TT1. But still not happy with it. So we
Going back a little bit, I want to see what he's saying.
printed some arms for it to adjust the wheelbase so it will fit on a TTO1.
Oh,
Oh,
just,
nice.
yeah,
So
just
you just
stretch
feel
it.
the-
Huh?
Still not happy with it, so I think it's going to go on a different chassis. Here's another quick video with my
Oh, there's the
road car.
livery.
But
Oh,
hopefully
dude,
the
good
off-road
job.
car-
You know what? To be fair, Bodge Not Built, your build looks sicker than the real one.
With my
pretty good.
Mexico road.
Hold on.
One of those, like,
Right? You know, like
yeah,
bigger
yeah.
wheels, tucked, freaking way better.
Yeah.
Like, stance. I mean, to be fair, this thing's squatting in the quarter mile. It's probably like putting a lot of power down, and it's kind of like doing one of those. So
It's like a Sukhoi style fighter jet livery.
yeah, it's so awesome. I love it.
Dope.
I don't know. It's so good, man. So dope.
Dang, nailed it. That's
The
Nailed
road
it.
car, but
Nailed it, man.
it
Nailed it.
destroyed some better days, so decided what can I do with this, and that's where the render come from that you might say.
Well, you know what we do here in the States when our bodies get that crappy, man? We make missiles out of them.
Instagram. So
Dude,
Yeah, that's
no
remember
issues
that
with the
render?
audio. Oh my God, Bodge Not Built. If there's issues with your audio, it's me, not you, man. If you guys want to watch this thing with better audio, then go visit Scale Bodge Not Built on YouTube and check out this video clean without me ruining it with this live stream.
See
Anyway,
what we can do with it next year.
He's channeling inner inner Aldrez.
See you
right
next
now.
year. Good deal, Bodge.
Awesome. Good job anyway.
Right on, man.
Dudes, if you guys want to do a tour of your space, of your RC space, studio, workshop, whatever, man, shoot one of those things for me and send it to me in some way. If you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram, send me a link, G Drive for the main video file if you want, or just send it to me on Facebook. I'll just rip it.
Dude,
No
maybe
biggie, but
I'll
we'll
do that.
these again.
Maybe I'll just go through
Yeah.
the fleet and
Yeah,
take a
man,
little
of
peek at
course
like
you
my
should.
table and where I store
Yeah, man.
everything. And
And if it's a good enough video, man, throw it up on Double Clutch's YouTube channel. Why not,
Cool.
man? Why
Yeah,
not?
man.
If you're gonna do it anyway. On this month's
well,
Mayhem?
dude, I'd love to stick around, but I
know.
definitely I gotta
Yeah,
get
yeah.
out of here. I gotta get out
Brian,
of here.
man,
Duty
thanks a
calls,
lot for
gentlemen.
coming and
Duty
hanging out.
calls, gentlemen.
All good, brother. Thanks a lot for coming and hanging out and co-hosting another episode of Tall Can Tuesday.
Thank you,
Double
sir.
Clutch, man, much appreciated.
Thank you guys for watching. You know, without you guys here, you know, we're just going to be trying to get, if you guys have ideas, go join the Discord. Links in the description down below, and post either your guys' own RCs or some ideas and stuff that you guys want to talk to, or maybe some stuff we talked about you want to hear more of. Try to let us know in the comments. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. I'm going to go try to get some build in later tonight. And next Tall Can, I'll have some updates for you guys and hopefully maybe a little shop tour. So
Sweet. Brother, man, thanks a lot for coming and hanging. Cheers to beers,
thank you guys.
bro.
You guys have a
See
good
ya.
night. Peace.
Ciao. All right, Wicked. We did it. Nash, you want to come on or are you not? No? Nah, you said no. All right, man. All right. We're going to do SAS now, guys. We're going to get some SAS action happening. Let me get it going, though. Instagram. We're going to search hashtag scale is shit. If you guys want us to talk about your build on Tall Can Tuesday, then don't forget to use the hashtag scale is shit on Instagram when you're posting pictures of your awesome builds, man. That's what you need to do. Yeah, so freaking do it already. All right, we're going to stop screen sharing. We're going to present the screen, and we're going to look at it. Look, would you look at it? All right, hashtag scale is shit. 8,986 posts already on this hashtag. Yes. All right, let's check it out. All right, Josh Build Stuff. So Josh Build Stuff was one of the raffle winners of the Tall Can Tuesday, and he ended up winning himself a cage. This is the Drift Hilux cage. It's a replica cage of the Engineer to Slide from Australia guys that made this amazing fully tubed drift chassis. So we made a replica of it, and this is Josh Build Stuff. It's been sitting obviously in his hobby room, and he has had too much other things to deal with life, and it's gotten really dusty, but man does it still look good. I'm liking it, and hopefully you get some time to get back to it soon, Josh Build Stuff, or just put it on your wall, man. It doesn't need to move around or whatever. It just looks pretty cool as it is. So Josh Build Stuff, man, that's huge. TJ, man. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't think you can. TJ, I'm sorry. I don't have any way of monitoring the audio, which is too bad because I'm assuming you're talking about this thing, and I feel bad. We're going to, next Tall Can Tuesday, I'll try to find this video if I can remember, but this is his build, and it looks pretty sweet. You're saying windfall, whatever, learning, keep it scale as shit. It looks like a Cherokee, I think. And it looks pretty fire, man. I freaking love that thing. Griptopia, man, have a freaking good night, man, and hopefully you get a good, decent amount of hours to sleep before waking up and just living your crazy, hectic life. And I appreciate you spending some time coming and hanging out, man. Man, I would love to go hang out with Griptopia in real life. Maybe one day I'll end up on that side of the world, and we'll go get a pint, and he can tell me more crazy stories about his racing. experience and just life in general around all that amazing motorsports over there. So thanks so much for coming and hanging out, man. Rizzy, man, what are you saying? You saying K-pop? I'm crashing too. Yeah, Nash, man, have a good night, buddy. No worries if you're passing out. I'm trying to finish the stream as soon as possible. We're just going through the scale is shit posts, and I got to pee anyway, so we're going to try to go through this quickly. K-pop, I have a question. All right, Rizzy. You didn't even have to ask me if you want me to answer a question. Just ask it. Let's see here. Good night, Griptopia and Nash. Cheers, boys. Cheers, boys. Let's hear. Steven Smith, I saw your yard cart for sale from a company called Yardworks from a 900 is powered. Ooh. I mean, Steven Smith, I don't have $900 to spend on just a cart. I might, if I did have $900, it would probably be spent on maybe building a motorized yard cart would do the channel better than just buying one, but I kind of want to hear about it. So, a company called Yardworks. Yeah, Yardworks. It's a pretty like large company that does just kind of like yard stuff. But let's see here, Yardworks. I'm writing this down because I want to see what they did so I can get ideas, right? Yardworks. Motorized cart. If anybody is just super confused about what we're talking about right now, is I have a lot of large RC cars, and a lot of the times we go bashing and it's like far away from the car. So we're looking for getting a cart to carry all our camera gear, all our cars, or gas, maybe a barbecue. I don't know. What servo do I need for a mini bike? Rizzy, man, go check out Reefs RC, and go look at their Monster. I think it's called Monster 2000. It will have 2,000 ounces of torque at 8.4 volts. You might not even need that. That might even be overkill. But I would check out Reefs RC 5th scale servos. That'll do you just fine, man, for sure. Comanche. All right. So it's a Jeep. Okay. All right. I'm with you. Why not, man? Antonio, bro, you should just for fun. But yeah, you should just for fun. Drift 8322, another massively sick livery. This dude has such a great understanding of form that I just, like, I can't stop but being inspired by this dude. Good Lord, buddy. Come on. It looks so good. Drift 832. Thank you for your inspiration, man. Love it. RC Jork. Looks like he's got some kind of brushless. Oh no. He's got the quick run Fusion. So this looks like his crawler. He's building a crawler and he's using the Hobby Wing Fusion combo kit. This is a motor and ESC that's built into one little 540 size can. It's very quiet. It's very torquey. It is censored, so it's very slow on the cogging. No cogging, just very slow and very quiet. It is the ultimate crawling engine that I have had experience with, but to be fair, I haven't had a lot of experience with crawling motors, so take that with a grain of salt. But from what I've experienced with this thing, it's been really, really great. So I'm gonna keep moving. Sackton Boogie Monster, man, that is fire. That looks really good. That's a great photo, man. I like it. Oh, come on. Keep moving. Another one by the 7-Eleven. Big gulps, eh? Well, see you later. All right, let's keep moving. E30. You can always tell that E30 stance, man. You can always tell that E30 stance. Cool little freaking totes to hold your Hachiroku and your AE Dirty 30. Come on. Love it. Not 830. That's E30 Dirty 30. Thank you. Let's keep moving. Sackton. You got some cool stuff happening. Oh, come on. Slow-mo. Look at that track. It's got elevation. Damn it. Bro, am I not following you? Come on. Good job, buddy. That looks great. Oh, look at this. Oh. Boop. Oh, man, I love it. Is that a dinky car? It totally is. Let's keep moving. Oh, buddy, these are all so sick. Man. Oh, all right, I'm going to have to go pee, guys. We're going to kill this thing. We're going to kill it short. Wait. Hold on. Before I kill Sass short. Is there anybody watching right now that has stuff on Sass that they want me to check out, and I'm going to cut Sass short and you're going to be upset about it? If so, just like let me know in the comments right now. I'm going to go on pee break and let me know which Instagram accounts you want me to check out. I'm going to pee. I'm going to come back. We're going to look at those, all right? I think that's the idea. That's what we're going to do, all right? So let's do that.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right, wait, no, here. We're here. Okay, we did it. Let's see here. My gyro ain't working on my Secure D4. Dude, that has nothing to do with your Secure D4, right? What would that have to do with? That would have to do with your gain, the gain on your gyro. I would say that the most important thing about figuring out what's wrong with your gyro is to know what the radio you're using and the gyro you're using and the servo you're using. But I'm assuming the servo isn't really that important as long as it's digital. And then what gyro are you using, bro? Let's see here. What do you all think about a trailer to transport drift cars like a scale trailer? I mean, I think that's pretty cool. But it might, yeah, I mean, just like figure out if maybe like the amount of invested time for like the payoff. If you're part of a track where like you got a whole bunch of boys that you're friends with or whatever, and they would really benefit with that kind of thing, and you could get multiple cars, and you get a whole bunch of wicked cool stuff with it, then yeah, do it for sure, man. But, you know, do it. Yeah, 100%. Seth, man, what's up, buddy? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Rizzy, it's not powering on. Not powering on. Try a different channel on your receiver. That's what I would check first. Yeah, that's what I would check. I would feed it 6 volts through the red and the black. Obviously black is ground, and then the red would be 6 volts. Feed it power outside of your receiver. Let's see what happens if you can feed it straight from the ESC wires, straight from the ESC the receiver wires. Just like put 2 metal pins and connect the two and make red go to red and black go to red. See if you feed it just 6 volts, if it turns on. If not, then the problem is the gyro. The gyro might be pooched. Let's see. It's a huge hit. I don't know what's going down. What do you think about trailer? It is a huge hit. Yeah. Hey, we didn't see motor monster parts tonight. Damn it. Okay. Good call. Good call. Because I don't think he can. I need to... okay, I'm going to check to make sure we didn't accidentally ban monster parts, because that would be, like, kind of the worst thing ever, I think. Let's see here. Let's go monster parts. Search. Monster parts. All right, so if you check out monsterparts.com, if you check out Monster Parts or monsterpartsrc.com, you'll check out Jimmy. Jimmy is an awesome member of the Kpop RC community, and he's making some really, really cool stuff. Obviously, he is just as shocked about this as we all are. I'm pretty sure I learned about Ken Block's passing from Jimmy's Facebook stream. Poor guy, man. Anyway, Monster Parts, man. I love... Oh, my God. Look at the ooze container down here, man. That touch is so sick. Good job, buddy. Let's check it out. Let's see here. Monster Parts. It's just pushing other people, which is also super sick. And then he's got this, like, no prep. Obviously, I think he designed the 3D printed, you know, alcohol topper on top of that, you know, supercharger there, and the supercharger as well. He did all that. That's super fire. Yeah, he designs these sicknesses for these zero prep RC drag cars. They're super sick. I'm pretty sure we saw all these though. Super, super rad. Anyway, I'm gonna kill it because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Jimmy, we're gonna figure this out. I hope we didn't somehow accidentally ban you. It happens sometimes, you know, finger slips. We had 2 moderators today, so maybe that happened. I don't know. I'll talk to you about it a little bit later, and we'll figure it out, because I do not want you to not be a part of this channel, so we should check it out. We should check out and make sure that we're not doing that. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, no, guys, like, just make sure if no light is, if the power light is on usually when it's running and it's not on now, there might be some power, you know, underlining power issues with that gyro. So, you know, it does feed the positive and the negative channel through this gyro, and then gyro takes a little bit of that power, and then that power continues to go out to the servo. So the wires that plug in either the steering servo or that power the gyro, there might be something wrong there. You know, sometimes with these super servo wires, they'll bend over time and they'll break inside the sheath, and you can't tell, and that becomes a problem. But anyway, we should kill the stream. Thanks a lot, dudes, for coming and hanging out on Tall Can Tuesday. We're going to go through more SAS next week on Tall Can Tuesday. So thanks a lot for coming and hanging out with Double Clutch. If you're not subscribed to Double Clutch Productions, go check him out. He's worth the subscribe, even though he's only posting videos when he's done with what he's exploring. And damn it, man, maybe those are the kinds of people that we should be following more of, so they're not trying to horror themselves into our eyes, into our eye sockets. There's just something wrong with how YouTube is like making people gladiator style fight for your eyes. Anyway, I wonder how many people are doing really cool stuff that just don't get the recognition because they're not trying to be I don't know, just freaking an algorithm lackey. What's that called? A fluffer. An algorithm fluffer. Let's call it that. Anyway, wicked, man. Anyway, I'm gonna kill the stream. We're gonna hit the logo loop, and I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, we got a video for you guys. Hopefully, it's the RS200 video on the weekend. We'll see if I can manage it. I'm gonna try my best to get something out for Saturday. And Thursday, there might be a short, but nobody watches shorts. So cheers to beers, boys. Have a good freaking week. Happy New Year, and life is short. So, I don't know. Make sure you're living it. You know? Is that cliche? I feel like it's cliche, but I don't know. Yeah, cheers to beers, bros. See you guys next week.